Second base, number 3, Marco Curatello. Catcher, number 12, Ethan Rivera. Shortstop, number 20, Jake Callahan. Starting pitcher for the Cougars, number 23, Zach Coleman. San Marcos is led by Jose Garcia. He is assisted by Mark Lindsay, Andrew Crane, Mark Saylor, and Jordan Bina. And now the starters for your SF State Gators. Leading off the shortstop, number 3, Daniel Murillo. Center fielder, number 8, Michael Cunningham. Left fielder, number 18, Nicholas Allred. Third base, number 10, Justin Johnson. First base, number 37, Jackson Wood. Right fielder, number 26, Daniel Santos. Designated hitter, number 6, AJ Schrader. Catcher, number 25, Derek Cleferier. Second base, number 7, Kyle Olympia. Starting pitcher for your Gators is number 27, Tyler Olson. SF State is led by Tony Schifano in his 10th season. He is assisted by Nick White, Jesse White, and Max Ober.
Yeah, they would have been, when I was in high school, they would have been like in their 50s. So they were probably get away same way we're living right
Test, test.
What time was one? Still? But still,
No fear, right?
It's still okay. We're going out of town. Okay.
Fans, your attention, please. At home plate, currently turning in the lineup cards. Today are for SF State, Daniel Santos, and former Gator and San Marcos current assistant coach, Mark Lindsay. Coach Mark Lindsay played for SF State from 2012 to 2015.
Test.
Is the current all-time hits leader for a Gator in his career with 213 hits. Daniel Santos is 4 hits behind Lindsay, and we hope will break his record before the end of the season. Both players were named the CCAA Freshman of the Year.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
To the success for Gator baseball. Welcome back, Gator legend Mark Lindsay.
Looks like one of the coaches for Cal State San Marcos who's passing along the lineup to the 3 umpires is Mark Lindsay, who's the all-time hits leader at San Francisco State way back when he was a player back in the day. I will say the Gators, clad in their yellow jerseys, which have white letters and numerals, they got that it says state across the front, along with the jerseys on the back as well as on the front. And the Cougars appear to be clad in their blue jerseys with dark letters and numerals, while the Gators in their white pinstripe home trousers, the Cougars in their gray road trousers. So this is it. So the Gators and the Cougars today. I know the Gators have taken the first 2 out of 3 games. I know the Cougars and looks like 2 representatives, one from Cal State San Marcos, one from SF State, and the 3 umpires are out there. Looks like they're posing for a photograph. There appears to be this woman who I'm guessing is a photographer here at SF State. She's taking a photograph on her cell phone.
Daniel Santos gets a chance to break Coach Lindsay's record soon.
It's like Dale Santos, or is it this guy named Santos who's with SF State? Yeah, Santos. I got a pages on my score sheet. I do a lot of things. Daniel Santos, thank you, number 26. So Daniel Santos is looking to break Mark Lindsay's record at some point soon. So anyway, so this will be a 9-inning affair involving the Gators and the Cougars. And while the Gators looking to take 3 out of 4 in this series, while the Cougars hoping to earn a split in this 4-game series right here at the Swamp here at San Francisco State University. It looks like it appears that the 2 skippers and the 3 umpires are out there to discuss rules. Looks like I will take a break while they do the anthem in just a moment. And once again, I am Deandra the Valkyrie, and I'll be that you're with us on a beautiful Sunday morning down here in the city. The Gators occupying the first base dugout, Cougars third base dugout. So this will be a 9-inning game. We'll see who has the most runs at the end. And I'm going to take a break while they do the national anthem. I'll be back with more after this. Once again, I am Deandra the Valkyrie.
Here come your Gators. At this time, we ask for those who are able to please rise, remove your caps, we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to SF State. I am Deandra the Valkyrie. I'm happy you're with us on this beautiful Sunday morning here at SF State. It's like the starting pitcher for the Gators is Tyler Olson, who is a San Jose resident, a junior who's a transfer student from Sierra College. Tyler Olson is a junior at SF State this year. He is a graduate of Santa Teresa High School. Tyler Olson, a right-handed pitcher who dons number 27 for the Gators. He is getting the starting pitching honors. Like I said, the Gators come into this game with a winning streak of 2 in a row, while the Cougars have lost 2 straight. Here's a little semi-fascinating fact about the name Cougars. You know, Carolina's NFL franchise, commonly known as the Panthers, interestingly, their original name was going to be the Cougars, but for some reason or other, they decided to be named the Panthers rather than the Cougars for some reason or other. It looks like it appears that Derek LaPerriere is the starting catcher for the Gators in today's ball game. The Gators clad in their yellow jerseys with white numerals and lettering, while the Cougars, like I said, clad in their dark blue jerseys with dark numerals and lettering and gray road trousers. The Gators in their white pinstripe home trousers. And like I said, this will be a 9-inning affair involving the Gators and the Cougars, the final game of a 4-game series involving San Francisco State and Cal State San Marcos. It's a beautiful day here in San Francisco, alias the city. So Tyler Olson, a right-handed pitcher for the Gators, he's going to get starting now. Looks like there will be 3 umpires officiating today's matchup. And to lead off for Cal State San Marcos when this game gets off there will be Phoenix Samay.
Outfielder number 4, Phoenix Samay.
As you heard, Phoenix Samay, who's defensively in left field for the Cougars. He is a redshirted junior from Temecula, California, a transfer student from Mount San Antonio, JC. The right-on-right matchup as Phoenix steps into that batter's box. Home plate umpire says play ball, and here we go as Tyler Olson takes a long look. Now he's into his motion. He deals on the way to Phoenix, and here it comes. It is taken inside corner, strike called 0-1. First pitch, 11:02 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. 1 strike on Phoenix. Phoenix defensively in left field. The motion and the 1 strike offering. Strike 2 swinging, so it's the Cal State San Marcos leadoff man quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Like I said, it is a right-on-right matchup. Phoenix back in that batter's box. He's behind 0-2. The motion by Tyler Olson. He deals the 0-2 to Phoenix Samay. This line down the left field line, hammer but foul toward the bullpen. Still 0-2. I tell you what, Phoenix really put a charge in that one, but it was in the wrong direction. Still 0-2 on Phoenix Samay. Once again, there are 3 umpires today. I guess it's normal for there to be 3 umpires officiating a conference game, especially in California Collegiate Athletic Association, CCAA for that matter. 0-2 once again on the way to Phoenix from Tyler Olson. It is ticking downstairs, ball 1. So Samay still behind, this time 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now that the parking structure beyond left field and left center field is painted in purple and yellow, Gator colors. 1-2 offering on the way from Tyler to Phoenix, ticking upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man for San Marcos. See Phoenix, the leadoff batter for the Cougars. He steps back in that box. Here comes the 2-2 on the way to Phoenix from Tyler. It is low and outside. Now it's a full count. It was 0-2 before. Now it's 3-2. As Phoenix knocks the dirt from his cleats. This is a natural grass facility here at SF State. Tyler Olson. He wheels and deals the payoff delivery. It is low and inside, ball 4. So a leadoff base on balls credited to Phoenix Samay, and that's how this ball game gets off the ground. Garrett Tennyson is going to come up to bat. He dons the figure 8.
Hey, get the baseball on the line.
Garrett Tennyson, who dons the 8, he is a Corona resident, a senior at Cal State San Marcos. He's another Mount San Antonio JC transferee. Runner on first in Phoenix Samay with nobody out. Stretch. Here comes the throw to first base. Diving back into the bag without a tag is Phoenix Samay. So it's Tennyson still with no count on him. Runner on first in Phoenix with nobody out. Stretched by Tyler Olson. Here comes the offering. He's running on, bunts it down the third baseline. Just make a quick pounce on at third. He pegs it across first. So it's going to be in time to take care of Garrett, but stopping on second is Phoenix. So a good sacrifice. 5-3 on the sacrifice by Garrett Tennyson. There's 1 out. Yeah, so stopping on second is Phoenix Samay. Here's Hayden, this guy with them. Hayden coming up who dons the magnificent 11. Hayden Truja, up, who's from San Diego, a transfer student from Rosemont College. He is a junior on the San Marcos roster. Stretch. Here comes the offering on the way to Hayden from Tyler. Taken on the inside corner. That's a strike. 0-1. Should say Hayden is a junior at Cal State San Marcos this year. He's behind 0-1. Hayden is defensively in right field for the Cougars. He's got 1 strike on him. Olson ready. Here comes the throw to second base. It's kind of a low toss towards second as he was not even close to the bag. Is sliding back in uncontested is Phoenix Samay. Another right-on-right matchup. Hayden Trigida. That's a fascinating name this kid has. He stands at 6'1". He's a tall, slender right-handed batter. It's a right-on-right matchup. Olson is ready. Check of Phoenix on second. The 1-strike pitch. Taken outside corner, strike 2 called, so it's Hayden in the hole, 0-2. Mateo Lake, the cleanup man, is on deck. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Still no score. Top of the first for this game is just getting started as Phoenix is in scoring position for the Cougars. The stretch by Olson, check of second. Comes the 0-2 offering to Hayden. It is lined down the right field line. Hammer. That's going to be a foul ball by just a fraction down the right field line. Man, that was close. So the Gators were lucky that time. That definitely would have been an RBI for Hayden, but he was just a fraction off. It was just foul by about maybe 1.5 feet down the right field line. Well, Hayden really put a charge in that, but he was just a fraction off, so it's still 0-2. Because it took good eyes from the home plate umpire to judge that one, and that was a good call. I guess the home plate umpire, he was correct on that call. Still 0-2 is Hayden back in that box. Tyler works from the stretch. 2-strike offering once again. Skied and a pop to the right. It should go out of play, and it certainly will, so it's still 0-2 on Hayden Trigida. We'll see. It's an early scoring opportunity for the Cougars as they have Phoenix Samay on second base with 1 out. Back in the box goes Hayden. Hayden defensively in right field for the Cougars. Comes a stretch of Tyler Olson. 0-2 once again to Hayden. Chopper high toward shortstop. It'll move the runner up. Fire across first is going to be low. And did he get him? He somehow digs out of bounds. So a nice dig at first to retire Hayden. The stopping on third is Samay. There are 2 outs. Now it's going to be up to the cleanup man, Mateo Lake.
Designated hitter, number 16, Mateo Lake.
Mateo Lake, the designated hitter, who is a redshirted senior from Sacramento. He's a left-handed batter who dons the Sweet 16. Mateo looking to live up to his role as a cleanup man. Tyler ready. Here comes the offering on the way to Mateo. It is Chopper first baseline. That is foul. Just so you know, Mateo is Spanish for Matthew. That is in case you did not know. Now, 1 strike on Mateo Lake. Dons the Sweet 16. This kid is a transfer student from Sacramento City College. He's behind 0-1. Here comes Tyler Olson into the stretch. Here comes the 1 strike offering to Mateo Lake. Reach from chopped off the glove of the pitcher to second. He has to hurry. Throws from off down the throw. He does not get him. And coming into the promised land is Phoenix Samay. It's kind of a chopped off the glove of the pitcher. Tyler went towards second and he couldn't get it over to first in time. So an infield RBI single as the Cougars hit the scoreboard first. It's 1-0 as coming in to score from third is Phoenix Samay. Safe on first is Mateo Lake. So he does live up to his role as a cleanup man. Here's Xavier Watson.
Number 19, Xavier Watson.
Xavier Watson up, looking to keep the line moving. Struck by Tyler. Here comes the offering to Xavier, and it is skied and a pop straight back over our heads, and it's out of play. Heads up, tennis players. Oh, nearly hit this. It came close to nicking a tennis player, but it is 1 strike. As Xavier is from San Diego, he's a transfer student from Cal State Bakersfield. This kid was once a road runner, now he's a Cougar. As a right-on-right matchup, Xavier, a tall, slender right-handed batter. Tyler Olson is ready. Here comes the 1 strike offering. Taken high and inside, ball 1-1 the count. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Xavier Watson. Xavier is defensively at first base for the Cougars. The stretch. Here comes the 1 strike pitch from Tyler Olson. It is strike 2 swinging, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Xavier Watson. We'll see it's Mateo Lake, the runner on first base with 2 down. Cougars with a run here in the top of the first inning. Right on right matchup, stretched by Tyler Olson. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Cut on and chopped down the third base line. It's fair. Nice release from the hot corner. Is going to get him? No, sir. He just beats the throw. Kind of an off-balance throw from the hot corner, but they're beating it by a full step as Watson and stopping it on second is Lake. So the Cougars do keep the line moving. 2 runners aboard, still 2 outs. Here comes Cameron Mahaffey.
Now batting, center fielder number 1, Cameron Mahaffey.
Cameron Mahaffey, who's defensively in center field for Cal State San Marcos. Pitch from Tyler. Taken for a low strike. 0-1 the count. Somehow clipped the lower outside portion of the plate. 0-1 as Mahaffey in center field defensively. He is from Costa Mesa. He's a redshirted senior, a transfer student from Chico State. He converts from a Wildcat to a Cougar. Stretch, check of second. Here comes the 1 strike offering. Strike 2, he chased one low and in, and it's 0-2 on the Cal State San Marcos center fielder. Mateo Lake on second, Xavier Watson on first. The Cougars with a run here in the top of the first. It was an infield RBI single by Mateo Lake that scored Phoenix Samay. Stretch. 0-2 offering. Did he off it? Did he go? It's not a swing. It was kind of a check swing by Mahaffey. A check swing of a pitch in the dirt. And on appeal, the first base umpire said that Cameron held up just long enough. 1-2 as Mahaffey is still behind in the count. 2 on, 2 away for the Cougars. Tyler Olson is ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Taken a little bit outside, that was close, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 away. We'll see deuces are wild, as foretold by the late Vin Scully. This is a right-on-right matchup. The Cougars with a scoring threat. They have 1 run. Now they're looking to obtain some insurance. The stretch. The 2-2 offering from Olsen's. Chopper for base side, that is foul. Still 2-2. This is the 6th batter the Cougars have sent to bat here in the first inning, as they have runners on first and second. The Cougars already up by a run. Now, a base hit to the outfield by Cameron can possibly generate some insurance for Cal State San Marcos. We'll see Tyler Olsen looking to slip another strike by Cameron Mahaffey. Stretch. Comes the 2-2 offering. Cut out and grounded down. Shortstop picks it up. Fires across first. That's going to be in time. So the Cougars score 1. While leave 2. The Gators somehow keep the damage to a minimum. After half an inning, Cal State San Marcos 1. San Francisco State Gators coming up. Coleman. The starting pitcher for the Cal State San Marcos Cougars is a kid from Marin County. This is Zach Coleman. He is from my neck of the woods. I myself reside in Marin County, a place which is known as the county. I know that San Francisco is the city, Marin is the county. Zach Coleman, a redshirted junior who is a San Rafael, California resident. He is a transfer student from College of Marin. And I will say that the starting catcher for Cal State San Marcos happens to be the kid who dons the 12. That is Ethan Rivera. Anyway, the Cougars with an early lead here as they stretched across the run in the top of the first, but stranded runners on first and second soon thereafter. And the Gators will be coming up on the offense. Leading off is going to be Daniel Murillo. Should mention Daniel Murillo is defensively the shortstop for the Gators. We'll see San Francisco State facing an early 1-run deficit, but it is only the first inning of what's going to be a 9-inning affair involving the Gators and the Cougars. So we'll see. It's Zach Coleman, a right-handed starting pitcher who is from San Rafael. Of course, I lived in San Rafael for several years back when I was a teenager. Anyway, so bottom of the first, here's Daniel Murillo to lead things off for the Gators.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Daniel Murillo.
Daniel Murillo, I guess I was mispronouncing his name. Daniel Murillo, a transfer student from El Camino College. He is a Long Beach, California native. He is a senior at SF State. Right-on-right matchup, Coleman into the stretch. He deals on the way to Daniel Murillo. It is taken on the inner half, strike one called, 0-1 the count. This is a right-on-right matchup, as it's one strike on the Gators' leadoff batter. Daniel defensively the shortstop for SF State, stretched by Coleman. Here comes the one strike offering. It is taken a little bit outside. That was close. Ball on. That was a close offering, but Coleman couldn't quite locate, so it is 1-1. Murillo leading off for the Gators. Here comes the stretch by Coleman. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It is ended up kind of plops in front of the catcher, that being Ethan Rivera. Now it's 2-1. Murillo with a hitter's count on him. The Gators down by only a run, because you see these banners kind of in the grandstands. They say Gator Nation, Gator Town, and hashtag Trump City. Nice banners. They're posted by some of the fans here. The 2-1 offering. Taken on the inside corner. That is a strike. Somehow cut that inside corner, so it is 2-2 on Daniel Murillo. On deck is Michael Cunningham. Zach Coleman into the stretch. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Murillo. It is high and inside. That was the ball. So now it's a full count, though. Somewhat of a buzz the tower offering. 3-2 on the Gators leadoff man. Murillo hoping for base hitter ball 4. Here comes a stretch of Coleman. And Zach deals the payoff delivery. It is skied and a pop to the right. That's going to go out of play. Heads up, tennis players. Still a full count on Daniel Murillo. Still a full count. This is a right-on-right matchup. Coleman is ready. 3-2 payoff. High and inside though. It's not even close. So leadoff base on balls credited to Daniel Murillo.
Center fielder, number 8, Michael Cunningham.
Michael Cunningham, as you heard, to bat next for the Gators. He dons the figure 8. He is a redshirted junior from Tinseltown, La La Land, a graduate of Cathedral High School. Stretch. Here comes the offering to Michael Cunningham. It is taken high. That was an off-speed pitch, but he couldn't locate, so it's 1-0 on the Gators center fielder. Well, Daniel Murillo, the runner on first, of course, you got to keep your eye on Daniel. He can steal second. I'm sure the Cougars are aware that third first. It is close, but not quite in time. That's right. You got to keep your eye on Daniel Murillo. He is definitely capable of stealing second. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. A check swing grounder down to second base, picks it up to his left. He'll pick it first to take care of Cunningham, up by half a step. A good hustle down the line, kind of a lob toss by the second baseman, that being Marco. But he does take care of Cunningham nonetheless. 1 out, but stopping on second is Murillo.
Outfielder, number 18, Nicholas Allred.
That's going to send up Nicholas Allred. Nicholas, who's going to look to get a base hit and pick up Murillo from second. Nicholas Allred comes up. It's a right-on-right matchup. 1 away, runner on second, and Daniel Murillo. Here's a stretch by Coleman. Here comes the check on second, and the offering to Nicholas Allred. It is taken upstairs, so it's close, ball 1. Allred defensively in left field for the Gators. He's got 1 ball and 0 strikes on him. Here comes the stretch. And the 1-0 offering, chopper third baseline, that is foul, strike 1. Should mention, Allred is from Whittier, California, a graduate of Lacerna High School. Nicholas is a sophomore at SF State this year. He has a strike and a ball on him as there is 1 out. Daniel Murillo, the potential tying run on second base for the Gators. Yeah, much for hashtag Trump City, as one of the banners says, kind of to my left. A stretch by Coleman. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Taken on the inside corner. Good location by Coleman. Strike 2. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Allred behind in the count. Allred, a tall, slender right-handed batter. This is a right-on-right matchup. A base hit to the outfield by Allred can possibly pick up Daniel Murillo from second base. Here comes the stretch by Coleman. Here comes the 1-2. Taken upstairs, kind of a bluff to swing by Nicholas, and he didn't offer, and it's ball 2. 2-2. On deck appears to be Justin Johnson. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tying run on second, and the speedy Daniel Murillo. Coleman is ready. And Zach deals the 2-2. Ended up trying to block that time and having to stay put on second after a good block by the catcher, so it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Allred hoping for base hitter ball 4. Tying run on second, go ahead run in the box for the Gators. 3-2 on Nicholas. Now Zach is ready. 3-2 payoff. Swinging a foul to the top of the screen directly in front of us. Still 3-2.
Fight.
Still 3-2 as see Allred hoping to drive in a run for the Gators. Stretched by Zach Coleman. 3-2 payoff once again from the right-hander Zach, and here it comes. Rumble it down to short. It's going to be passed and into left for a base hit. Runner's going to be given the go-ahead. It's going to check for the plate. Here comes Reed at home. It's going to be close. He's going to score for the Gators. Nice hustle. The score from second, and the Gators generate the equalizer. A one-out RBI single for Nicholas Allred, and the Gators deadlock it as each team trades individual tallies.
Number 10, Justin Johnson.
Got family members or names?
Justin Johnson, the cleanup man in the box for the Gators, as it's Nicholas Allred, the potential go-ahead run on first base for the Gators. Still one out. Here comes that Zach Coleman into the stretch. Here comes the offering to Johnson, fouled to the left, kind of a chopper foul, third base side, strike one. So the home plate umpire makes a request for more baseballs. There are 3 umpires officiating today's matchup. Justin Johnson, I should mention, is from Sacramento, a senior who's a transfer student from Jackson State. One strike pitch. The chase will know and missed it completely. Well, that is what's defined as going fishing. 0-2 on Justin Johnson. Yeah, Justin Dawn's number 10 for the Gators. He's behind 0-2. Zach Coleman ready, 0-2. Strike three, swinging 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Zach Coleman is able to strike out the Gators cleanup man on 3 pitches. Here's Jackson Wood coming up.
Goodbye. First baseman, number 37, Jackson Wood.
Jackson Wood is defensively at first base for the Gators. He's a left-handed batter facing the right-hander Zach Coleman. Jackson Wood from San Mateo. He's a transfer student from City College of San Francisco. The offering taken just missed inside. That was a close ball one. I should mention Jackson Wood, a redshirted junior. He graduated from Hillsdale High School in San Mateo, the Fighting Knights. Of course, Dick Vermeil, who's an NFL coaching legend, once coached football at Hillsdale High years back. Here comes the stretch, the 1-0 pitch, taken on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. That's right, you know, Dick Vermeil, who's a retired NFL coaching legend, he had his roots at coaching at Hillsdale High School back when he was a young, energetic coach starting his coaching career. That's right, Dick Vermeil from Calistoga. 1-1 pitch, taken for a high strike, and it's 1-2 on Jackson Wood. We'll see Nicholas Allred, the runner on first base for the Gators, tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. This game is young. Comes the stretch of Zach Coleman. 1-2 offering to Jackson Wood. It is skied foul to the left. That's going to go out of play. Still 1-2. Jackson Wood defensively at first base for the Gators. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes still. We'll see, like I said, we got our share of Cougars fans and Gators fans. Plus, I brought my purple and yellow towel to the joint. Maybe I'll wave this maybe between innings and also do that kind of Gator chomp with my arms and hands, if you know what I mean. Stretched by right-hander Zach Coleman. 1-2 once again to Jackson Wood. It is cut on and grounded up the middle. Schweitz can pick it up and step on second for the unassisted fielder's choice. So the Gators score 1 but leave 1, and after 1 inning, we are deadlocked at 1-1. We're heading to the second inning. Each team traded individual tallies in the first inning, and it's tied at 1-1 after one inning. Marco Piricello, who's a left-handed batter, who's a redshirted senior from Rockland. He's a transfer student from Fresno State. He is defensively at second base for the Cougars, as it's Tyler Olson on the mound for San Francisco State. Comes the motion by Tyler. He deals on the way to Marco, and here it is. Taken low and away, ball 1-0. Left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. So Marco ahead in the count 1-0. Marco Piricello waits as Olsen deals the 1-0 pitch. Skied into dead center field. This is playable. Center fielder Michael Cunningham has a read on it. He puts it away to retire Marco, and there's one quick out with the Cougars here in the top of the second. Turns the catcher Ethan Rivera. He's a redshirted senior. He is a graduate of Ruben S. Ayala High School. He is defensively the catcher. He is a right-handed batter for the Cougars. And Tyler Olson wheels and deals on the way to Ethan Rivera. It is taken outside the post, but not in there. Ball 1. So Ethan Rivera, a redshirted senior. He's got 1 ball and no strikes on him. Right on right matchup as Olsen into his motion. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Chopper foul toward the third base dugout toward the on-deck circle. That's a strike, so it is 1-1. Jake Callahan is on deck loosening up. He will bat next. A strike and a ball on Rivera. Like I said, Rivera the catcher for the Cougars in today's matchup. Olsen into his motion. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Rivera. It is ticking in there for a strike. Despite the block by Rivera, and he drops into the lower portion of the plate. Strike 2, so it is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rivera. Olsen into his motion. The 1-2 to Ethan. In the dirt, nice smother that time by LaFerriere, the catcher, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So far, 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 1-1-0 for San Francisco State. We're playing here in Trump City. This is what they commonly call SF State Sports Facilities. Yeah, the swamp. 2-2 offering. Lined in to left. Left fielder comes in. He's going to make the grab. Nice catch. A line out to left. Got good wood on that, but it was an out to the left fielder. All of it is sounded like it was pedal to the metal, but it was an out to Nicholas Allred and left for the second out.
Number 20, Jake Callahan.
Jake Callahan, who is from Canyon Country, California. He is a transfer student from Los Angeles Mission College. Callahan, a junior at Cal State San Marcos. He is defensively the shortstop. He dons number 20, and he is a left-handed batter. 2 outs for the Cougars. As right-hander Olsen wheels and deals on the way to Callahan. It is ticking on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. Left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. 2 outs. Base is empty for the Cougars. Top of the second inning. We're just starting to get this Sunday matchup. Comes a motion by Olsen. Here comes the 1 strike offering. It is cut on and foul tip to the backstop. Strike 2. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Callahan. Like I said, Callahan defensively the shortstop for Cal State San Marcos. He's behind 0-2. So back in the box he goes. He's standing close to the plate. Olsen wheels and deals. The 2 strike pitch to Callahan. It is in the dirt, kind of a bluff swing, and it's taken for a ball. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Base is empty. Cougars looking to stage a 2-out rally. It's tied at 1-1 here in the top of the second. Motion by Olsen. The 1-2 offering. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. He chased one downstairs and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars. Top of the second. After 1.5, Cougars 1, Gators 1. Bottom of the second, it is the Gators coming out on the offense. First up is going to be Daniel Santos, who's defensively right field for State. Santos is on the Gator roster, a resident of Hacienda Heights, who's a graduate of Los Altos High School. Zach Coleman is the starting pitcher for the Cal State San Marcos Cougars, tied at 1-1, bottom of the second. Coleman ready. Here comes the pitch on the way to Santos. It is taken on the outer half. That is a called strike. 0-1 the count, as it's going to be Santos, A.J. Schrader, and Derek LaFerriere. 6, 7, and 8 go up for the Gators. Bottom of the second. Coleman is ready. Here comes the one-strike pitch to Santos. Taken outer half, strike 2. One away for Coleman to freeze Santos on back-to-back offerings, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the latest time I was in commercial, I quickly jotted down the rest of the Gator lineup on my score sheet. Stretch, 0-2 offering from the right-hander Coleman. It is taken, that's on the outside corner. What a way to strike them out on 3 consecutive freezers. Santos did not take the bat off his shoulders during that plate appearance, and it was a backwards K on 3 offerings.
Now batting, designated hitter number 6, A.J. Schrader.
A.J. Schrader, who's a senior from San Diego. He's a graduate of Point Loma High School, a transfer student from San Diego Mesa College. A.J. steps in that box. As a stretch by the right-hander, Zach Coleman. Here comes the offering on the way to Schrader. It is taken on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. What a way for Coleman to throw 4 consecutive called strikes. Amazing control and so forth by the right-handed starter, Zach Coleman. Here comes the stretch by Coleman. 0-1 pitch. And their ball skips all the way to the screen, and that was a ball. Well, Bob Euchre of Major League would describe that latest pitch as just a little bit outside. Yeah, Bob Euchre, who portrayed Harry Doyle, who was that wisecracking play-by-play announcer in Major League. Well, I think I was actually influenced by Harry Doyle. He was one of my early influences for me to become a broadcaster, really. Comes a stretch. Comes the 1-1 pitch to A.J. Schrader, taken down and in, ball 2. Yeah, people often look at me and say to me, Deandra, who is your main role model when it comes to play-by-play coverage? I'd have to say that'll be Dave Niehaus of the Seattle Mariners. That's my main role model. 2-1 pitch. Lined on one half to second base. He picks it up and takes it first. Easily take care of Schrader. A line drive. One out towards Bucko at second base to throw out Schrader, and there are 2 quick outs for the Gators here in the bottom of the second. That's going to send up the catcher, Derek LaFerriere. Derek LaFerriere, a senior who's a veteran on the Gator roster. Derek LaFerriere, a transfer student from Mendocino College. He's from Tahoe City, a graduate of Truckee High School. Pitch from Coleman. Inside corner, strike called 0-1. Good location by Coleman, and it's 0-1. On LaFerriere. I should mention Derek's a senior at SF State. He's got 1 strike on him. Stretched by Zach Coleman. Here comes the 1-strike pitch. High and inside, ball 1. Kyle Olympia is on deck. How about if LaFerriere gets himself on here? Derek looking to stage a 2-out rally for State. It's tied at 1-1. Bases empty, 2 down, bottom second. Coleman is ready. Zach deals the 1-1 pitch. Is going to bounce it foul behind the plate. It's going to drop dead in the grass behind the dish, strike 2. That's off with the mask. Was the catcher, Ethan Rivera, but ball was way out of his range. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Gator catcher, Derek LaFerriere. It's like Gators in their yellow jerseys, Cougars in their blue jerseys. Right on right matchup. As a stretch by the right-hander, Zach Coleman. Zach deals the 1-2. Low and outside. Good take by Derek. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Comes Zach into a stretch. So Coleman deals the 2-2 to Derek. Oh, hits him on the arms. That's going to be a proper treatment first for Derek. All right, what a way for LaFerriere to take it for the team on a 2-2 count. So the Gators do have the go-ahead run on first base. Here's Kyle Olympia, who's defensively at second base for the Gators. Kyle is from San Ramon, a junior who's a graduate of California High School. He is a transfer student from Ohlone College in Fremont. This kid was once a Renegade, now he's a Gator. The Ohlone Renegades, as they were called. They are still called anyway. Stretch by Coleman. Comes the offering to Olympia. It is taken on the inner half. Strike 1 called. 0-1 the count on Kyle Olympia. Kyle is the 9th batter in the 9-person lineup for the Gators. He's behind 0-1. Coleman ready. Here comes the 1-strike pitch to Olympia. Low and outside. Kind of a bluff to swing by Kyle, and he didn't offer at it. 0-1. Right on right matchup. 2 outs. Derek LaFerriere, the runner on first base for State. Here comes right-hander Coleman. He's ready. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kind of a bluff swing, but he takes it on the outside corner. Somehow clipped that outside corner. What a way throwing off speed pitch and locate. So it is 1-2. Go-ahead run represented on first and Derek LaFerriere. 1-2 on Olympia. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 1-2. Skied in a deep left center field. This appears to be in the yard. Left fielder has a read on it up being Phoenix, and he properly secures it to a tie of the side. So LaFerriere left standing on first base at the end of 2 innings. Gators 1, Cougars 1. Top of the third, once again, I am your announcer, Deandra the Valkyrie, here at the Swamp at SF State. And in case you just joined us, the Gators and Cougars are tied at 1-1.
Number 4, Phoenix Samay.
Here's Phoenix Samay to lead things off. He is responsible for the final defensive putout to wrap up the second. Here he is leading off in the third against Tyler Olson. Tyler Olson, the starting pitcher for the Gators. Here comes the motion by Olson. He deals on the way to Phoenix at a strike 1 swing. Of course, Phoenix scored the first run of the ball game, top of the first. You walked and eventually came across to score. So we'll see. Phoenix does have some run-scoring capability. He is behind 0-1. Comes a motion by the right-hander Tyler Olson. The 0-1 pitch. It is ticking low and outside. Ball 1. 1-1 counts. Right, yeah. I am Deandra the Valkyrie. Of course, that's right. Part of my stage name corresponds to that new WNBA franchise that's going to play at Chase Center later this year, the Golden State Valkyries. Have you heard of them? I suppose you have. 1-1 pitch. Ticking high and inside. Ball 2. Okay, fine. Last year, my fantasy women's basketball team ran the table and won the league title. No joke, they were undefeated last season. Motion by the right-hander, Olsen, and he deals the 2-1 pitch. Hits him on the arm, so that's going to be a red carpet treatment first for Phoenix. So Phoenix gets himself aboard once again, so the Cougars have the go-ahead run on first base in a speedy Phoenix-San. I was going to send...
Third baseman number 8, Garrett Tunison.
Garrett Tunison steps up, who's defensively at third base. Of course, I know last year my fantasy women's basketball team had players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the roster, so during the draft, I was able to carefully study the available pool and make some shrewd selections. Stretch. Here comes the off from the plate out for first base, not in time. Of course, Jackson Wood playing on the base, holding Phoenix-San. So runner on first base with nobody out, as it's Phoenix-San, a speedy runner who represents the go-ahead run on first base. And Phoenix can steal. I'm sure the Gators are fully aware of that. Stretch by Olsen. He's not going pitch. It is strike one swinging, and it's 0-1 on Garrett Tunison. We'll see 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 1-1-0 for the Gators. We're in the top of the third. This game is still in its early stages. Inning number 3 of what's going to be a 9-inning matinee matchup on this beautiful Sunday here in the city. Stretch. Here comes the throw to first base. It is not in time. So still one strike on Garrett Tunison. Garrett plays third base for the Cougars, just like Wayne Garrett, who's legendary New York Mets third baseman. Throw to first. Close, but not quite in time. I will say, Wayne Garrett, who was a legendary third baseman for the New York Mets. I think to this day, he still holds the record for most games played by a New York Mets third baseman. Yeah. Comes the stretch. Here comes the throw to first base. It is not quite in time. Of course, 3 straight pickoff throws to first. Of course, in Major League Baseball, 3 pickoff throws to first that does not nail a runner would be declared an automatic balk. But I guess the rules are different here in college baseball. Olsen is ready. Here comes the 1 strike offering. He's not going. Pitches downstairs for a ball, and it's 1-1. So I'm guessing that Phoenix could be attempting to steal any minute, but Tyler Olsen is keeping Phoenix-San close. I know Jackson Wood playing on the base, holding Phoenix. Of course, Phoenix is a fast runner. You gotta keep an eye on him. Olsen is ready. He'll throw to first base. It is not quite in time. So I guess, Tyler Olsen doing a fine job keeping Phoenix close. Because I guess Phoenix is, after all, a base-stealing threat. He kind of reminds one of Julio Cruz, who was one of the original Seattle Mariner players from their formative years in the 1970s. 1-1 pitch. Scrum ball down up the middle of second. He's going to step on second, peg it first. That's going to be in time, I reckon. Yeah, a double play. A 4-3 double play, nicely turned by Kyle Olympia at second base, and that's 2 down for the Cougars. Well, I guess, I can think about Julio Cruz, who was one of the original Seattle Mariners. He set a record for stolen base efficiency, especially in the Mariners' early years in the 1970s. Here's Hayden Trigidga. That's a fascinating last name this kid has. Hayden. Let's call it Hayden for simple. Tyler Olsen. He wheels and deals on the way to Hayden, and here it is. Chopper off his foot when he was in the box. That is a strike 0-1. Remember back, I think it was in 1981, Julio Cruz early in the season. It was like one of those things where you looked at his stat line. It was like SB stolen bases 33, CS caught stealing Zippo. 1 strike on Hayden as Tyler Olsen takes a long look. Now he wheels and deals the 0-1 pitch. Skied in a pop. This is right behind us, out of play. It's going to land on the blacktop directly behind us, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Hayden. Mateo Lake, the cleanup man, is on deck. Now Olsen into his motion. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Hayden. Going outside. Good take by Hayden. Ball 1. So yesterday, the Gators swept a twin bill from the Cougars. Game 1 was a rout 13-5. Game 2 was a squeaker 2-1. There's motion by the right-hander Tyler Olson. 1-2 downstairs. Good take by Hayden Ball to. Of course, on Friday, Cal State San Marcos went on to edge the Gators 10-9. Although the Cougars led 6-0 in the middle of the second. They scored once in the first and 5 times in the second, but it was still a squeaker credited to the Cougars. 2-2 offering from Olsen. It was straight way swinging. He chased one downstairs, and thanks to the double play, the Cougars are gone in order. So after 2.5, Gators 1, Cougars 1. Bottom of the third in just a moment, and in case you just joined us, the Cougars and the Gators are deadlocked at 1-1. So Zach Coleman on the mound for Cal State San Marcos. 1, 2, and 3 for the Gators. Bottom of the third inning, Daniel Murillo, Michael Cunningham, and Nicholas Allred. 1, 2, and 3 due up for State in the bottom half of the third. So far, 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 1-1-0 for the Gators. So right on right matchup. See the Gators quick to tie it in the first. We'll see what they do here in the third. The stretch by Coleman. Here comes the offering to Daniel Murillo. It is ticking upstairs. That is a ball, and it's 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Murillo defensively the shortstop for State. He's got 1 ball and no strikes on him. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 1-0 offering to Daniel. It is lined down the third base line, but that is going to drop foul towards common area beyond the visitors' bullpen third base side. A strike and a ball on the Gators' shortstop. On deck is Michael Cunningham. Zach Coleman ready. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Like I said earlier in the show, Zach Coleman is a College of Marin transferee. He is a San Rafael resident. Because I got to commentate this kid back when he played for College of Marin, the Mariners, as they're called. Stretch. Here comes the 2-1 offering. And the dirt ball skips all the way to the backstop. That's a ball. And that ricochets all the way back toward the first baseline. What a perfect rebound on that latest pitch that got away from the catcher, Ethan Rivera. So it's Murillo ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. As Daniel waits, as Zach goes into his stretch. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Upstairs ball. No, it's a strike. Somehow caught the play. That was a high strike. Now it's a full count. As Daniel thought he drew the walk for a split second, but the umpire said the latest pitch just clipped the upper portion of the plate. So now it's a full count on Murillo. So back in the box goes Daniel. Zach is ready. Payoff delivery to Daniel. Reach one drive, hit to right field. Room for the right fielder. He's 10 feet from the foul line, and he's going to properly secure it. Nice catch by Hayden and right to retire Daniel. There is 1 out. Let's give this one up. Michael Cunningham was defensively in center field for the Gators. Also, I know that earlier today I got to take part from the Civic Center station to Davie City. I got to cruise around Davie City before I got here to the baseball facility here today. Here comes the offering. It is ticking in there for a strike on the outer half on 1. I got to cruise around Davie City, and I got to do a hike around Lake Merced. That's what I normally do before I do coverage for games here at SF State. 0-1 pitch. Line foul straight back to the screen, 0-2. I will say I love to hike around. That's kind of become kind of a tradition for me, myself, and I like to hike around Lake Merced before I do coverage of games here at San Francisco State. It's kind of a tradition, really. Stretch 0-2, slide and a pop to the right. This is going to go well out of play. It's going to kind of land on the blacktop and bounce like a super ball toward the tennis courts directly behind us. Still nothing to Michael Cunningham. There comes a stretch by Coleman. Comes the 0-2 offering on the way. Swinging a pop hit to the right. That's going to go out of play. Almost the same spot as before. Ball kind of bangs off the chain link fence in front of the tennis courts directly behind us, first base side of the facility. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Michael Cunningham. There's 1 out. Base is empty for the Gators. Bottom of the 3rd. Coleman is ready. 0-2 once again from the right-hander. It is ticking low and in. That's the ball. Good take by Cunningham, and it's 1-2. Nicholas Allred is on deck. Zach Coleman into the stretch. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Reached one, fouled straight back out of play. Hit a high one and fouled it straight back toward the trees, directly behind the grandstands, behind home plate. Still 1-2 on Cunningham. Comes a stretch by Zach. 1-2 once again on the way to Michael. It is to the outside. Here we go. It is a swing. He somehow broke the plane, and Cunningham goes down by virtue of a forward's K. Somehow, Michael Cunningham could not hold up enough. 2 down for the Gators. Here comes Nicholas Allred, who's defensively in left field for State. He's up trying to generate a 2-out rally. Gators have the bases empty with 2 down. Like I said, that parking structure beyond the left field and center field side of the facility, it is painted in yellow and purple. Here comes the offering. Skied in the right center field on the first offering. Room for the right fielder. It's being Hayden. He's got room. He will make the catch. So Hayden with 2 defensive putouts. Hayden flashing some leather in right field as it's nothing across for State in the bottom of the 3rd. So at the end of 3, it is the Gators 1, the Cougars 1.
I thought I was almost left.
Can I give you my contact info, like my email address?
Sure.
Let me write that down. Yeah. I'll just write it down for you. I'll give it to you like when we're in commercial next time. I can.
Text you the link or.
Tail Lake, Xavier Watson, and Cameron Mahaffey, the do-ups, as it's Tyler Olson still on the mound for SF State as it's 3 innings down, 6 innings left to play here as timeout by the home plate umpire. I guess there was the third base umpire pointing out something or other toward a representative from, I guess they wanted to get a third base coach out there for Cal State, Sam Marcos, and they do get someone out there. All right, so back to action in just a little bit. So back in the box goes Mateo Lake. Mateo is the designated hitter for the Cougars. The motion by Olson. Here comes the offering on the way to Mateo Lake. It is taken straight down the middle. That's a called strike. 0-1 to count. Top of the 4th of what's going to be a 9-inning matinee matchup involving the Gators and the Cougars. 1 strike on the Cougars cleanup man, Mateo Lake. Comes a motion by Olson, the 1 strike offering, taken down on. That's a low strike. Somehow puts that lower portion of the plate. So Olson freezes the Cougars cleanup man on back-to-back offerings. 2 strikes on him. Olsen is ready. The 0-2 offering to Mateo. It is outside now. It's not even close. Ball 1. 4, 5, and 6 for the Cougars in the top half of the 4th inning. It's 1-2-0 for the Cougars. 1-1-0 for State. Comes the motion and the 1-2 offering on the way. Skied and a pop to left. This is foul. This should go out of play, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's out. 2 Gators from pursuit, but they both ran out of real estate. Still 1-2. That was foul all the way toward the visitors' bullpen, left field side of the stadium. Right-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter. Mateo Lake is the designated hitter for the Cougars, and he is a left-handed batter who dons number 16 for Cal State San Marcos. Like I said, Mateo from Sacramento. He's a transfer student from Sacramento City College. 1-2 offering on the way to Mateo. It is taken lower inside portion of the plate. Strike 3 and backwards K issued to Mateo. Like I said, Mateo, I should mention he once played baseball at the U. That's right, Union Stadium's where Sacramento City College plays their home games. And that's right, they call it the U for short. Yeah, it's not U as in Coral Gables, University of Miami. Xavier Watson steps up to that now for Cal State San Marcos. Although, I think back in the day, I once was offered a job as a play-by-play announcer at the U, but I turned it down. Pitch to Xavier Watson, strike 1 swing, and then it's 0-1. What a way for Olsen to fool Watson on the off-speed stuff, and it's 0-1 on Xavier. Now comes Olsen into his motion. The 1-strike pitch to Xavier Watson. It is downstairs. Nice take by Xavier, ball 1. A 1-1 count on the Cougars' first baseman. Site. Olsen taking a long look, and now he deals the 1-1 pitch. Check swing grounder first baseline. That is foul. Strike 2. I will say I was offered a play-by-play position at the U, and I was once offered a play-by-play position at Marshall. I turned both of them down. What do you think? Sick beats, eh? I was once going to be a Hurricane or a representative for the Thundering Herd. 1-2 offering on the way from Olsen. It is inside of grazes him in the arms. So that's going to be a 1-out trunk. As I know that later this evening at 5 o'clock, the San Francisco Giants are going to be playing their annual exhibition game against the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento in Yolo County. That's right, the San Francisco Giants are playing an exhibition game against their AAA franchise, the Sacramento River Cats. Of course, odd thing, I was an Oakland A's fan since I was a little kid. Now they decided to bolt Oakland. Here's Cameron Mahaffey in the box now for the Cougars. Runner on first base, and Xavier Watson still 1 out. Stretch by Olsen. Here comes the offering. Line down the third base line, but it's going to be a foul ball. That was good metal on that, but it was in the wrong direction. 1 strike from Cameron Mahaffey. Dude, I remember watching Oakland athletics games at the Coliseum dating back to when I was a little kid, so it's kind of this way and that way about how they left Oakland. Well, that's what happens. I guess I just have to live without the Oakland athletics. You know what I'm saying? Stretch. Here comes the 1 strike. They throw to first base. It is not in time. We'll say they're going to be playing in Sacramento. Of course, I mean, the Athletics, they ditched their elephant logo. I mean, the elephant logo was symbolic of the A's from 1988 through 2024. Comes a stretch by the right-hander. As Olsen deals the 1-strike pitch, skied into left center field. There's too much air under it. Center fielder Cunningham has a read on it. He's going to make the play, and retreating back to first without a throw is Xavier Watson, and there are 2 outs. I was going to send up this kid with Marco. I'll get his pronunciation of his name if I can.
Second baseman number 3, Marco Piricello.
Marco Piricello coming up. Looks like one of the coaches is trotting out toward the mound to have a visit with Tyler Olsen. Of course, if it's like there appears there's going to be a call to the Gator bullpen, so Tyler Olsen has served his purpose after 3 2/3 innings, I'm guessing. So there's going to be a new arm being summoned in. Of course, if they it looks like there is going to be someone in from the SF State bullpen. It's going to be a southpaw who dons. I'm trying to read his number. It's I believe that's 21. I'm trying to read that number. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it is number 21. Thank you. It is Adrian Rangel coming in to pitch now for SF State. So Tyler Olson exits as he will be credited with a no decision. So it's going to be Adrian Rangel, who's a left-handed pitcher from Pomona, California, a senior, a transfer student from Cal Poly Pomona. Is a graduate of Benita High School. Yeah, Cal Poly, which is short for California Polytechnic. Of course, when you think about Cal Poly, especially Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, odd thing, musical legend Weird Al Yankovic attended college at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It's right, shorthand for California Polytechnic. I've actually been on the Cal Poly campus previously, not as a student, but I've been there to visit. So, but I will say, it's a nice campus they have over there. Of course, I was going to watch a baseball game at Cal Poly way back in the day, but I never got around to it. Adrian Rangel is how you pronounce this kid's name. So I decided to skip a station break this time. So I'm playing with Zoom, so there'll be a runner on first base and Xavier Watson with 2 outs, and Marco Pericello is going to be in the box with the go-ahead run on first base for Cal State San Marcos. Yeah, Cal State San Marcos base in the vicinity of San Diego. I have family who live in the vicinity of San Diego. I have my aunt and uncle, as well as 2 cousins and their respective spouses and their children. Of course, I kind of think that maybe I haven't visited them for quite some time. Maybe I could be past due, but we'll see. So Adrian Rangel coming in to pitch. Plus, I will say that I was getting ahead of myself when I said Tyler Olson is in line to be charged with a no decision. I was rehearsing for April Fool's Day. Okay, that is for the gag reel. As Xavier Watson is the responsibility of Tyler Olson. So should Xavier score, then Tyler Olson will be in line to be charged with the loss. So yeah, almost. All right. Anyway, back to action. Is it's Adrian Rangel is on the mound, stretched by the southpaw. Comes the offering on the way to Marco. He's going to punch it down back toward the pitcher. He's going to pick it up. Take it for a quick. It's going to be in time. So a failed bunt attempt on one pitch. Marco is promptly retired on one lead cutout. That is the 3rd out. And Xavier Watson is left standing on first base. So one pitch. Adrian Rangel, and the Gators are out of the inning. So after 3.5, Gators won, Cougars won. So I can say it for certain now, Tyler Olson will get a no decision. I'll bet that. Leading off for State as we head to the bottom of the 4th, Justin Johnson, the cleanup man, who is defensively at the hot corner for the Gators. And in case you just joined us, we are tied at 1-1, 4, 5, and 6 for the Gators. Bottom of the 4th, Zach Coleman on the mound for Cal State San Marcos. The stretch. Here comes the offering to Justin Johnson. It is taken a little bit upstairs. I was close. Ball 1. Good eye by Justin. 1-0 the count on the Gators' 3rd baseman. Jackson Wood is on deck. Comes a stretch. Here comes the 1-0 from Zach. Upstairs again. So Zach releases a couple of high ones to Justin, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on the Gators cleanup batter. Like I said, we're tied at 1-1. It's 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 1-1-0 for the Gators. Here's the stretch. The 2-0 offering from Zach. Inside corner, one away to locate. Strike one. 2-1. Of course, I got to cruise around Davie City and Lake Merced on my way here to the campus today. It's a nice, picturesque tradition for me to enjoy those sights while I'm on my way to the campus. Pitch. Line over the third base office, Bob, and that is foul. My goodness. Oh, my. Of a scorching liner, it was nearly shagged by Garrett at third base, but it was ultimately fouled. It was off his glove, but it was fouled. 2-2 on Justin Johnson. Johnson leading off for the Gators, bottom of the fourth. Here comes the stretch by Zach Coleman. 2-2 offering. Caught on and popped foul to the right. This is going to go out of play. Still 2-2. All of a sudden it was clear skies earlier. Now a little bit of high fog has entered into the area. I can tell some high fog in this facility. Of course, San Francisco is known for its fog. Here comes a stretch by Coleman. 2-2 offering. Ball tip into the catcher's squad. Strike three, and there is 1 out for State here in the bottom of the fourth.
Number 37, Jackson Wood.
Jackson Wood steps into bat now for the Gators. He's the left-handed batter facing right-hander Zach Coleman. That's right, I am Deandra the Valkyrie. That's right, I am your announcer today, Deandra the Valkyrie. So base is empty with 1 out, stretched by Coleman. Here comes the offering to Jackson Wood. It is taken on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. 1 strike on Jackson Wood. Stretched by the right-hander, Zach Coleman. Here comes the 1 strike offering. It is picking for a low strike. Somehow clip the lower portion of the plate. So it's quickly 0-2 on Jackson Wood. Well, if Jackson Wood, I imagine what would happen if later in life he marries a woman named Holly. That would be fascinating. 0-2. And the block to the right of the catch. Yeah, if Jackson Wood, if he marries a woman named Holly later in life, that would be pretty fascinating to say the least. 1-2 on Jackson Wood. Base is empty, 1 out, stretched by Coleman. 1-2 offering to Jackson. It is grounded down toward first base. Nice scoop. He will take an unassisted to retire Jackson. And there are 2 outs. Nice unassisted put out by Xavier Watson to generate the 2nd out. Double sent to the bat, Daniel Santos.
Number 26,
Daniel Santos, the Dons, number 26 for State. He's up with 2 outs and the base is empty. This has been a pitcher's duel from the start. I know in this game so far, runs and hits are coming at a premium. Here comes the stretch by Coleman. Here comes the offering. Taken straight down the middle, it's a strike. I know that the Cougars have 2 hits, the Gators have 1 hit. I've seen more hits in a jukebox. I'm just saying. 1 strike on Daniel Santos. Coleman is ready. 1 strike offering to Santos. Did he outright? He went. There's no question he swung at that. He tried vainly to check the swing. 0-2 on Daniel Santos. 2 outs. Base is empty for State. Bottom of the fourth. Zach Coleman is ready. 0-2 offering to Daniel Santos. It is skied and a pop to the right. This is playable. 2 Cougars in pursuit. Foul territory. It's going to be a catch and foul territory by Hayden, the right fielder, to shag it. And the Gators are 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for State in the 4th inning. So at the end of 4 innings, it is Cal State San Marcos 1. It is State with 1. We're heading to the fifth inning, and it's deadlocked at 1-1. Adrian Rangel is on the mound, who was summoned in out of the bullpen back in the fourth inning.
12, Ethan Rivera.
Ethan Rivera to lead things off for the Cougars. He will be followed by Jake Callahan and Phoenix Samay. 8-9-1 due up for the Cougars as we head to the top of the fifth. Outcome of this game very much in doubt, as it's going to be 8-9-1 due up for Cal State San Marcos. Rangel takes a long look. Now he wheels and deals on the way to Rivera. It is taken upstairs out of the ball, 1-0. So we'll say that the front of Adrian's trousers are all covered in diamond dust. I guess, well, you know, if dirt were dollars, his trousers would be worth their weight in gold. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Sky and a pop. This is right side, and it's going to go foul out of play to the first base side of the stadium. Strike one. Of course, I will say that I am your announcer, Deandra the Valkyrie, and if you kind of see me from the grandstands, I'm clad in my full-blown woman look today. That's right, that's how I identify in my heart. Transgender female, pronouns she, her. 1-1 pitch on the way, just taken in there, straight down the middle. That's a strike, so it's 1-2. So I can promise all of you out there that I'm clad in my full woman look, the blonde wig, the pink dress, you know, the rest of it. I'm not doing this to be a contestant on Let's Make a Deal, I promise you. Comes a motion by Rangel, 1-2 offering. It is skied foul to the screen directly in front of us, still 1-2. So we'll see Ethan Rivera, who's defensively the catcher for the Cougars. He's got 1 ball and 2 strikes on him still. Adrian into his motion, 1-2. In there. Oh, that's missed. I thought that was in there, but that, well, like the umpire said, it was a ball somehow. Yes, well, Adrian was a fraction off on that latest offering. He just missed the outside corner by not much. 2-2. Rangel into his wind, 2-2 offering. It's taken out. It's kind of low and inside. That was on appeal. It's not a swing, so it is a full count. 3-2 on Adrian. From Adrian Rangel to Ethan Rivera, left-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. Motion by the southpaw, payoff delivery, skied in the right center field. Right fielder has a read on it. He is going to make the play, I reckon. Yep, nice catch. And right by Daniel Santos to retire Rivera for the first out. So on the full count, Rivera flies out to right. Here comes Jake Callahan to the box. Is this going to be a Is this a pinch hitter? Well, it looks like apparently this is a pinch hitter. The kid who dons number 28. Okay, so a pinch hitter. This is Blake Browning, who's from Palm Desert. He's a transfer student from College of the Redwoods.
Pitching for the Cougars, number 28, Blake Browning.
Blake Browning. I might as well call it Shake and Blake time. It appears that the skipper for SF State is trotting out toward the mound. Is this going to be it for Adrian Rangel? We'll see. I mean, unless they pull the south, then the Gators will have 5 mound visits. There appears to be a new arm being summoned in from the Gator bullpen, so this is going to be a bullpen game for State. This kid happens to be River Diaz de Leon being summoned to pitch for the Gators. River comes in as he is a sophomore from Spring Valley, so a nice performance out of the bullpen by Adrian Rangel. We'll pass the baton to River Diaz de Leon. Now we'll take a break here. You're listening to San Francisco State Baseball, and I am Deandra the Valkyrie. I'll be back with more after this. Please don't go away.
New pitcher on for the Gators, number 19, River Diaz de Leon.
River Diaz de Leon. Back to action is going to be Blake Browning, the pinch hitter, who is a right-handed batter who is a junior from Palm Desert. He's going to come in to face River Diaz-Devion, the new pitcher for the Gators. River is from Spring Valley, a graduate of Grossmont High School. River is a sophomore at SF State, so it's a right-on-right matchup. One away, base is empty for Cal State San Marcos, top of the fifth. Here comes River Diaz-Devion. He wheels and deals to Shake and Blake Browning. It's in the dirt. Nice smother that time by Derek LaPerriere. And it's 1-0 strikes on Blake Browning. Shake and Blake Browning, yeah. Browning is, get some facts about this kid when I can. He is from Palm Desert, a transfer student from College of the Redwoods. Pitch, strike one away for River to blow up by Blake, and it's 1-1. Speaking of such, in my closet, I still have my Cincinnati Bengals Jeff Blake jersey circa the 1990s. 1-1 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. That's the ball, so it's 2-1. That's why I still have my Jeff Blake jersey. I still have my Kijana Carter jersey from that era. Dude, I ain't joking. I still have those jerseys. 2-1 pitch on the way. It is in there for a strike on the lower inside portion of the plate. 2-2 on Blake Browning. 2-2, 1 out. Base is empty for the Cougars. Top of the fifth inning. Back in the box goes Blake Browning. River Diaz-Devion shakes off one after another. Now he gets what he likes. 2-2. Reach one, chop down to first base. Probably be a 3-1 putout. He juggles underhands first. Nice cover. One away for River to keep his big toe on the base after a slight bobble by Jackson Wood at first base. A 3-1 putout, kind of done the hard way, but there are 2 outs. There we go. So it's a 3-1 putout. That was done the hard way.
Number 4, Phoenix May.
So back to the top of the Cal State San Marcos lineup. Phoenix May, who reached base twice in today's ball game. Now the home plate umpire wants to toss a new baseball out to River Diaz-Devion, and he does so. So we got 2 outs, and the base is still empty. Felix May. Oh, that's right. Oh, I called him. Oh, dude, I just named him after a cat. That was Phoenix, not Felix. What on earth am I thinking? All hail King Phoenix. The pitch. Taken upstairs for a ball. I was thinking about Felix. I think about Felix Hernandez, who was an ace pitcher for the Seattle Mariners, who pitched the first and only perfect game in Mariner history way back when. 1-0 pitch on the way to Phoenix. Foul tip off the mask of the catcher, Derek LaPerriere, and it's a strike, a foul tip. It kind of rolls ever so slowly down the first baseline. I guess that's why catchers wear face masks. I know that catchers have been wearing face masks since Abner Doubleday converted cricket into baseball way back in the 1830s. That's right. When baseball was first established, it was intended to be a gentleman's game. It was supposed to be more gentlemanly than tennis and golf, but the game has intensified 180 since that time. A strike and a ball on Phoenix May. River Diaz-Devion deals the 1-1 pitch. Taken upstairs, that's the ball, 2-1. I want to say that when I think about River Diaz-Devion, of course, in Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader, the Gators, as far as run total, got aces in the flop, the turn, and the river. What do you think about Texas Hold'em? 2-1 pitch, straight down the middle, strike 2 called, and it's 2-2 on Phoenix. When I think about Phoenix, I kind of think about how yesterday the San Francisco Giants and Arizona Diamondbacks in that spring training game in Scottsdale, it was a 7-all tie. It was a Cats game. 2-2 offering. Hudson on his shoulder, and what a way for Phoenix to take that one for the team. Well, I guess the Cal State San Marcos offense could be rising from the ashes here. I'll think about this. Yeah, that's right. The Giants and Diamondbacks settled for a 7-all tie yesterday. I know that it was a Cats game, and the final game in Scottsdale for the Gents. Anyway, it's going to be runner on first in Phoenix. Garrett Tennyson coming up to bat now for Cougars.
Number 8, Garrett
Tunison up, looking to generate a 2-out rally. As we'll see, Garrett, Phoenix, a base running on first. Here comes the offering. He's not going pitch. No one outside. Good smother by LaFerriere, and it's 1-0 on Garrett. 2 outs. Phoenix, Samay, the runner on first base. Got to keep your eye on Phoenix. He can steal second. He's just like Julio Cruz. Stretch. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Skied in the center. This is in the yard. Michael Cunningham comes in into shallow center. He puts it away. So Phoenix left standing on first base. So that 2-out plunk card, which credited Phoenix, does not harm the Gators as we are halfway through this ball game. 4.5 on the books. Gators 1, Cougars 1. Still sack. Bottom of the 5th inning, it is tied at 1-1. Of course, both teams had their individual tallies in the first inning. It's been a 1-1 tie since inning numero uno. So it's going to be A.J. Schrader, Derek LaFerriere, and Kyle Olympia, 7, 8, 9. The steerage of the Gator lineup drew up facing Cal State San Marcos starter Zach Coleman. This has been a fascinating game from the start. It has been a pitcher's duel as it's Coleman into his stretch. The deal's on the way to A.J. Schrader. It is taken in there for a strike on the outer half. 0-1 the count. We're just past the game's midterm. It's just tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. As Zach Coleman, he works from the stretch. He's got that high set. Here comes the 1-strike offering to A.J. The sky down the right field line. It's going to be over his head. It's going to skip to the corner. A.J.'s going to run first. He's going to make it into second. Now it's a ringing double. I mean to tell you, A.J. spanked that one down the right field line. It was past the reach of Hayden, the right fielder, all the way to the corner. And the Gators have the go-ahead run in scoring position. That is the Gators' second hit, and that was a huge one. Here comes Derek LaFerriere, defensively the catcher.
Batting the catcher, number 25, Derek LaFerriere.
So Derek LaFerriere hoping to collect himself an RBI here. A.J. Schrader, the go-ahead run on second. Still nobody down. That leadoff A.J. Coleman is ready. Here comes a check on second. The offering to Derek. He's running up. Pulls back. That's upstairs. 1-0 on the Gator catcher, Derek LaFerriere. Both teams have 2 hits apiece. Both teams have 1 run apiece, but neither team has committed an error. We got some 1 ball and no strikes and Derek LaFerriere. As we'll see, the infield is anticipating a sacrifice by Derek. We'll see if Derek does lay it down. Stretched by Coleman. Lines it past through the 3-pole hole right side. As will have to be station to station as it's a quick release, a bazooka from Hayden and right as he stops on third. It's an opposite field, ringing single to right. And the Gators have runners at the corners, still nobody down. Go-ahead run represented on second base, or on third base, even better for State, as here comes Kyle Olympia, and here comes a visit to the pitcher's mound from I believe this is the skipper for Cal State San Marcos, as Zach Coleman is going to get a visit. So unless they pull Coleman, the Cougars will have 5 mound visits remaining, so we'll see. The Gators are threatening as they have runners at the corners with nobody out. Score tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. The Gators are threatening to break the tie here in the bottom of the 5th. The score's been tied since the first inning. I know both the Cougars and Gators, they traded individual tallies in the first inning. I know that the Cougars have 2 hits, the Gators have 3 hits. Well, it's score-wise, it is tied at 1-1. And the home plate umpire trots out to the mound to see what the skipper, I believe skipper for the Cougars, that is that my friends happens to be Jose Garcia. It's like they're going to stick with Coleman for the time being. So the Cougars have 5 mound visits remaining, while the Gators have all 6 of their mound visits in their pockets. Here we go. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Gators with an opportunity to break the tie here. So it's Kyle Olympia up to bat now. So it's AJ Schrader on third, Derek LaFerriere on first. Infield is deep. That's like third baseman playing in, shortstop, second baseman, double play depth. Stretch by Coleman. Pitcher, runners going first. That's pulled back. That's going to be an uncontested steal. Is rumbling into second. Standing up is Derek LaFerriere. It's not often that you witness a catcher stealing second. Derek LaFerriere, a catcher of all people. Man, that kid is fast. Amazing. Second and third, latest pitch to Olympia was a ball. Second and third, nobody out for State. Bottom of the 5th. Here comes the stretch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kyle Olympia. This chopper off the end of his bat. The runner's going to break for the plate. Has to come for one. Throw to first will be in time to take care of Olympia. It's coming into the promised land of Schrader. So the Gators break the tie here in the bottom of the 5th and take a 2-1 lead. An RBI ground out credited to Kyle Olympia. Scoring for third is Schrader, and staying put on second is LaFerriere. Back to the top of the order, Daniel Murillo up 1 away. Runner on second base and LaFerriere as the Gators take their first lead of the day. It's 2-1 in favor of the boys from State. Still an opportunity. A base hit by Murillo can possibly generate an insurance run for the Gators. Stretch. Here comes the offering. Taken for a low strike, 0-1. So the Gators, so the boys from Tromp City take their first lead of the day. It's 2-1 State as we're in the bottom of the 5th of what's going to be a 9-inning Sunday matinee matchup. 1 strike on Murillo. Right-hander Coleman is ready. Here comes the 1 strike offering. Taken low and outside. Good take by Murillo. Ball 1. So Derek LaFerriere, the runner on second base with 1 out. We'll see. It's a strike in the ball on Daniel Murillo. And so right-hander stretch to being Zach Coleman. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Murillo. It is taken outside those. So this the corner, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Daniel Murillo. Of course, Daniel Murillo is defensively the shortstop for State. He's got a hitter's count of 2-1 on him. Daniel Murillo defensively wears number 3 for the Gators. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Scramble down through base. Nice diving stop at 30. Straightens up, fires to first side in time. Nice defensive gem by Garrett at the hot corner to steal a base hit from Daniel Murillo and generate a second out. And staying put on second all along is Derek LaFerriere. There are 2 outs. It's going to be up to Michael Cunningham to generate an insurance run for the Gators. As Michael Cunningham looking to emulate his long-lost relative Ramblin' Randall in a baseball type of manner. Stretch. Comes the offering from Coleman. It's in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher, Ethan Rivera, keeping LaFerriere on second for now. 1 ball and 0 strikes on Michael Cunningham. We'll say Michael is defensively in center field for State. If he gets a base hit to the outfield, the Gators will possibly pick up an insurance run. We'll see. It's 2-1 Gators, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. LaFerriere, the runner on second base. Coleman ready. The 1-0 pitch from the right-handers, low and outside. Good take by Cunningham, ball 2. So the Gators take their first lead of the day here in the 5th inning. 2-1 Gators. They have an opportunity with LaFerriere on second with 2 outs. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 2-0 offering. High. Ball 3. So now it's 3 balls and 0 strikes on Cunningham. On deck is Nicholas Allred. He will bat if Cunningham walks. So all of a sudden it's pretty overcast out here. Well, blow me down. It was sunny before. Now it's overcast. Coleman is ready. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, ball four straight. 4 pitch, base on balls credited to Michael Cunningham. Now the Gators have runners on first and second with still 2 outs. Nicholas Allred up 2 on, 2 away for State as the Gators have an opportunity to generate some insurance. It's a fragile 2-1 edge for the Gators as we're in the bottom of the 5th. Comes a stretch by the right hand. Now timeout called. I guess timeout called as Coleman was going into a stretch. Well, it appears the skipper is coming out. Well, of course, he's already been out there, so this is going to be it for Zach Coleman. He has served his purpose. So we're going to see a new arm being summoned in from the Cal State San Marcos bullpen. I'll give you his name once I can track down his jersey number. So Zach Coleman is going to be pulled after 4 2/3 innings of work. So Coleman is in line to be charged with the loss. We'll say Zach Coleman, who is a transfer student from College of Marin, the Mariners, as they are called. He is a San Rafael resident, so he is a native of my neck of the woods. Of course, for me personally, I live in Mill Valley, of course, which is very close to San Rafael. This kid is from San Rafael. I'm from Mill Valley. So Zach Coleman, it's a nice round of applause from the Cal State San Marcos Kent person as a new pitcher being summoned in from the Cougar bullpen. This kid who downs number 14, this guy, well, I'm peeling pages, and give me a second here. Nolan Long being summoned to pitch, who is a senior from Dublin, California. He is a graduate of Dublin High School. This kid is a senior. At one point, he was a Dublin Gale. Now he's at Cal State San Marcos Cougar. And I will take a little break here. You're listening to San Francisco State Gator Baseball, and I am Deandra the Valkyrie, and in case you don't know, I'm transgender female, and my pronouns are she, her. I'll be back. Nolan Long is the new pitcher for the Cal State San Marcos Cougars. I'm guessing this kid was named after the Express, because he is a southpaw who was a graduate of Dublin High School, a senior on the Cal State San Marcos roster. So it's runners on first and second. Derek LaPerriere on second, and Michael Cunningham on first. It's Nicholas Allred in the box for the Gators. The Gators have 2 on with 2 away. 2-1 in favor of the boys from State as the Gators looking to tack on some insurance. Nicholas Allred looking to drive in at least 1 for State. Nolan Long into a stretch. Here comes the offering on the way. It is taken downstairs for a ball, 1-0. So Nolan Long, who is looking to, of course, both runners out there are the responsibility of the starter, Zach Coleman. 1 ball and no strikes on Nicholas Allred. Stretched by the southpaw. He's got that high set being Nolan Long. That's kind of a disengagement by Nolan Long as he looks Derek LaPerriere back to second base. Here we go. So still 1-0 on Nicholas Allred. Left-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. 1-0 on Nicholas Allred. Long is ready. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Picking on the inside corner. Strike one called. 1-1 the count on Allred. On deck is the cleanup man, Justin Johnson. Comes the stretch of the southpaw, Nolan Long. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Inside, just missed ball 2. So it's a hitter's count of 2-1 on Allred. 2 outs, first and second for State, as the Gators up 2-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. They have potential insurance runs on the base paths. Long is ready. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Taken on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. Now it's 2-2 on Nicholas Allred. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, first and second for State. Gators looking to add on some insurance. Nolan is ready, the high set in the stretch position. 2-2 offering on the way to Allred. Slide and to right, that is foul. It's going to go out of play, still 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes still on Nicholas Allred. Justin Johnson is on deck. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Gators up by a run, but they have runners on first and second with 2 outs. 2-2 on Allred. Nolan Long is ready. 2-2 once again. There goes the runner. His pitch is chopped high to third base. It's going to be a nice field at top, and a fly across first is going to be in time, so it didn't take long for Nolan to get the Cougars out of that traffic jam as the Gators score 1 but lead 2. So at the end of 5, it is San Francisco State leading their welcome guests from Cal State San Marcos by the count of 2-1.
Your pitcher on the mound for the Gators, number 5, Brian Garza.
The moment. New arm on the mound for the Gators is going to be Ryan Garza, who dons number 5, right-handed pitcher, a senior at SF State. He is a Fresno resident, a graduate of Central East High School. Ryan Garza, a transfer student from Reedley College. He was once a Reedley Tiger. Now he's a San Francisco State Gator. So Ryan Garza is coming in what is a rulebook save situation, and the River Diaz Devion is in line to earn the win for the Gators, but it's a fractional 2-1 edge for State as we got 5 innings down, 4 innings to go here. Ryan Garza, the Fresno kid, who's a senior on the Gator roster, being summoned to pitch as we got 5 innings down, 4 innings left to play. Now batting is going to be this is going to be a right-handed batter. It is Hayden Tradija is up to bat now for Cal State San Marcos. 3, 4, and 5 to up for the Cougars, top of the 6th inning. Ryan Garza wheels and deals to Hayden. It is inside, kind of a bluff swing by Hayden, but it was inside, ball 1. We'll see 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 2-3-0 for the Gators. This has been a pitcher's duel. The 1-0 pitch from Ryan Garza is taken inside, just missed again. That was close. Back-to-back insiders, and it's Hayden ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. So we'll see Hayden ahead in the count. Ryan Garza has been trying to nibble. Here comes the 2-0 pitch to Hayden. It was lined in the center field. Cunningham is going to be under it. He's going to make the catch. Nice catch, and the line out to center directly towards Michael Cunningham to retire Hayden, and there is 1 out. And a 2-0 pitch Hayden lines out to center.
Designated number 16, Mateo Lake.
Mateo Lake is coming up. He is the cleanup man who's up with one away and the base is empty. Mateo represents the potential tying run as it's Mateo who is the designated hitter for the Cougars in today's ball game. Ryan Garza, he comes and deals to Mateo. It is low and outside. Good take by Mateo. Ball 1. 1-0 the count on Mateo Lake. We'll see. Cougars down by only a run, though. The Gators did strand runners on first and second back in the 5th. Here comes the offering. Outside corner, good offering. Strike one. What a way to cut that outside corner by Ryan Garza. And it's 1-1 on the Cougars cleanup batter. Garza deals the 1-1 to Mateo. It is low and outside. Ball 2. So a hitter's count of 2-1 on the Cougars designated hitter and cleanup man. Xavier Watson is on deck. Yes, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Cougars here in the top of the 6th. Garza deals the 2-1 offering. Outside corner, strike 2 called, and it's 2-2 on Mateo Lake. Left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. 2-2 on Mateo. Garza deals the 2-2 offering. Outside, now it's a full count. 3-2 on the Cougars designated hitter. One away, bases are empty, top of the 6th inning. Garza deals the payoff delivery to Mateo, swinging a foul over the screen and straight out of play, still a full count. 1 out, bases empty for the Cougars, top of the 6th. So the Cougars playing from behind for the first time in this ball game. The Gators scored a run in the 5th. Soon thereafter. Payoff again. Outside low, ball 4. So a base on balls credited to Mateo Lake. So the Cougars do have the tying run on first base.
Number 19, Xavier Watson.
Xavier Watson, as you heard, stepping up to bat now. He represents the potential go-ahead run. The infield is going to stand at double play depth for the Gators. The Gators infield hoping to turn a pair here. So it's a right-on-right matchup as stretched by Ryan Garza. Here comes the offering to Xavier, and it is ticking downstairs. A poke too soon, ball 1. 1-0. That's Ryan Garza, the kid from Fresno. He is a senior on the Gator roster this year. 1-0 on Xavier Watson. As Ryan Garza walked Mateo Lake with 1 out just a little bit ago. Here comes the throw to first base. And diving back in without a tag is Mateo Lake. We'll see. The outcome of this game very much in doubt. It's a 2-1 edge for the Gators, but the Cougars have the tying run on first with 1 out. Garza ready. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Downstairs, ball 2. So it's Xavier in the head in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So like I said at the top of the show, the Gators are just a game over 500 in both conference and overall. They're 10-9 and 14-3 respectively. 2-0 pitch. Taken for a low strike, and it's 2-1. Good location by Garza. Zermatt put the lower portion of the plate, so it is 2-1. And I should mention, Cal State San Marcos is 6-7 in CCAA. The Cougars are 11-11 in the overall category. Garza ready, and Ryan deals the 2-1 offering inside. Just missed the corner, ball 3. Now it's a 3-ball and 1 strike count on Xavier Watson. The tying run on first. Go ahead run in the box for the Cougars. 3-1 on Xavier Watson. Stretch of Garza. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Chopper down to third. This can be 2 to second. To first. That is a double play, I think. Yes. 5 to 4 to 3 to retire the Cougars in order. And after 5.5, it is 2-1 in favor of the boys from State. Hi, howdy, friend.
How you doing?
Okay.
Somebody still rapping it. I never started rapping. My people don't steady trapping. They still be getting mad if I tell them chill. I'm trying to run these hills. They can't even me post the crib. I can't show nobody what my mama live. That's how I'm supposed to feel. My knee just asked me what my diamond girl. I said, of course. I just play the hand that I live. They have the force. All around the world, they know it's me. They hear my voice. And I done it all in the paradise. Yeah, hey, learn how to get paid. Big day, learn get your name. Big way, you gon' have to get saved.
Third baseman, number 10, Justin Johnson.
As you're Justin Johnson to lead things off the Gators as we head to the bottom of the sixth. And in case you just joined us, the Gators are leading the Cougars 2-1. 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 2-3-0 for the Gators. It's bottom of the sixth of what's going to be a 9-inning affair. There's a stretch by the southpaw Nolan Long. He deals to Justin Johnson. It is ticking in there. A nice slider by Nolan, and that's a called strike. What a way to freeze Justin Johnson. So it's no balls and one strike on the Gators cleanup man. 4, 5, and 6 for State, bottom of the sixth inning. Stretch by Nolan Long. Here comes the one strike offering. At the offer at it, it's still a called strike, whether it was a check swing or whether he went. It was still on the plate. Strike 2. Jackson Wood is on deck, so 0-2 on Justin Johnson. Nolan Long works from the stretch. 0-2 offering. Strike rate swinging, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. So there is 1 out, as it took 3 pitches to retire the Gators cleanup batter. So with 1 away, that will send up Jackson Wood, who's defensively at first base for State. We'll see, and so far Nolan Long has come in with a wing and a prayer. He was able to get the Cougars out of a first and second threat by the Gators in the 5th, and he strikes out the first man he sees on 3 pitches here in the 6th. Long into his stretch. As Nolan deals on the way to Jackson Wood, it is taken straight down the middle. Strike 1 called, 0-1. So Nolan Long has come in with a wing and a prayer here as he has retired the first 2 batters he's faced, 1 in the 5th and 1 here in the 6th. It's a stretch by the southpaw Long. 0-1 pitch on the way from Nolan. It is taken on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. So Nolan freezes Jackson on consecutive offerings, and it's no balls and 2 strikes on the first baseman for State. Left-on-left matchup. Stretch by the southpaw Nolan. 0-2 offering to Jackson Wood. It is in the dirt. Ball skips to the screen, and it's 1-2. Like I said earlier, Bob Euchre, who played Harry Doyle in Major League, he would describe that latest pitch as just a little bit outside. 1-2 on Jackson Wood. Stretched by the southpaw Wood. Nolan, rather. The pitch outside for a ball. That was a pitch to Wood, and now his latest offering was a ball. It was outside, 2-2. On deck is Daniel Santos. Left-hander is ready. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Strike me swinging, and there are 2 outs for State here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Nolan Long. He has definitely looked like the express out there. I'm guessing that Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan is his role model. Here comes Daniel Santos to bat now for State as we got 2 outs, and the Gators with the bases empty. Gators up 2-1. It's a fragile 1-run edge for State. Bottom of the 6th of what's going to be a 9-inning affair. Stretched by the southpaw Nolan Long. He deals to Daniel Santos. His scrum ball up the middle. It's going to be in the center field. No, it's nice stabbing. Stop at second. He throws from his knees, and he nails him. I thought for certain that would be a base hit, but what a way for Marco Pirocello to steal a base hit from Daniel Santos, and the Gators are 3 up, 3 down in the 6th. We've played half a dozen. It is Gators 2, Cougars 1. Humphrey Bogart once had A hot dog at the ballpark is better than a steak at the Ritz.
We did this all day yesterday too.
Nice.
High school.
Oh, nice.
We got hot dogs.
If they spend their solutions, they never spend. Mostly, just they be telling you. Man, I finna take over, I'm scared. How you think this shit they said ain't real? Let your doctor that way and ain't help you. How you trying to you ain't never deal with. You see me, I come different, I'm blessed. When got the way, you go with my neck. Started football, teaching down, you missed. Can't do the show if it don't got shit. These people, I swear they ain't ready. Hey, like, I know that tree shit. No, they know.
We're heading to the top of the seventh in case you, that is, so in case you just joined us, it is 2-1 in favor of Trump City. I know the Gators were up by a run here. 6 innings down, 3 innings left to play here. Ryan Garza is on the mound. He's in his second inning out of the Gator bullpen. He was brought in a rulebook save situation. I know that River Diaz Devion is in line to get the win. But we'll see. It's a 2-1 edge for Trump City. There's Cameron Mahady just to lead off. He'll be followed by Marco Piruccello and Ethan Rivera. 6, 7, and 8 up for Cal State San Marcos here in the top of the 7th. As Ryan Garza on the mound for the Gators, for Trump City as they are nicknamed. Garza deals. It is ticking low for a ball. Good take by Cameron Mahady, and it's 1-0. We'll see. It's 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 2-3-0 for Trump City. Motion by Garza, the 1-0 pitch. Taken just a tad downstairs. It broke too soon. That was close. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Cameron ahead in the count for the Cougars. Oh, so far in this game, runs and hits have come at a premium. Garza into his motion, the 2-0 pitch. Skied and a pop. This is as high as the torch on the Statue of Liberty. Who's going to call for it? The first baseman taking charge, being Jackson Wood, and he properly secures it to retire Cameron. There is 1 out. So it's a sky-high pop. It was as high as the torch on the Statue of Liberty. And Jackson Wood took charge and caught it on the fair side of the first baseline on the infield grass. Marco Piruccello, who made a razzle-dazzle defensive gem to steal a base hit from Daniel Santos to wrap up the 6th. Here he is with 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th, bases are empty for the Cougars. Ryan Garza in the second inning out of the Gator bullpen. Wheels and deals on the way to Piruccello. It is taken on the inner half. That's a called strike. 0-1 the count on Marco Piruccello. He is defensively at second base for the Cougars. He's behind 0-1. Right-hander Garza deals the 1-strike offering. Outside, that's a good take by Marco, and it's 1-1. Striking a ball on Marco Piruccello. Ethan Rivera is on deck. 1-1 pitch on the way. It is downstairs. That was just a bit low and inside. Ball 2. 2-1. A hitter's count on Marco Piruccello. 1 away. Bases empty for the Cougars. Top of the 7th. Motion on Garza deals. 2-1. Skied foul to left. That's going to go out of play. Strike 2. 2-2 on the Cougars' second baseman. So it's 2-1 Gators as we're in the top of the 7th. Outcome of this game very much in doubt. This game has been fascinating since the first pitch. Garza deals the 2-2 offering. It is cut on line foul straight back to the screen. Still 2-2 on Marco Piruccello. Ethan Rivera is on deck. One away, bases empty for the Cougars, top of the 7th inning. As Garza taking a long look. He's taking his time and taking his time. Now he's ready. 2-2 offering. Missed outside. That was a close offering. Now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases empty for the Cougars, top of the 7th inning. Garza into his motion, payoff delivery, swung on the line foul straight back to the screen, so it's still 3-2. 1 away Bases are empty for the Cougars as the Cougars down 2-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. See, as Marco hoping for base hitter ball 4. Garza deals to pay off again. Down, it's in there! Strike 3 caught it. Somehow clipped the lower portion of the plate. And there are 2 outs. Wow! Somehow, some way, Ryan Garza was able to locate. Amazing. There are 2 outs, and we are just 1 out away from the 7th inning stretch. So it's going to be Ethan Rivera who's going to look to put the 7th inning stretch on hold for now. Ethan looking to get himself on base here. 2 outs, bases unoccupied for the Cougars. This game has many pitchers duel. See, 2 outs, bases empty for the Cougars. So it's Ethan Rivera in the box. Ryan Garza deals a check swing to it's going to be a called strike, and I'll clip the lower portion of the plate. 0-1 on the Cougars catcher. On deck is Jake Callahan. He'll let if Ethan gets himself on here. Garza deals the 1-strike pitch to Ethan. Did he outlet it? Somehow clipped the lower portion of the plate. Again, strike 2, another check swing, but it was back-to-back called strikes despite check swings. Back-to-back check swings in succession by Rivera. 0-2 on the Cougar catcher. Now Garza, he wheels and deals the 0-2. Just missed outside. That's a close offering. That's the ball. Someone missed the latest pitch. 1-2 on Ethan. Ryan Garza taking a long look. Now he deals the 1-2 offering. In there! Strike 3 called! One away to freeze Ethan Rivera. 3 down for the Cougars. We are heading to the 7th inning stretch. After 6.5, it is 2-1 in favor of Chomp City.
I don't care if we never get back if we lose. Good for the home team. It's a shame, so it's fun to respect your round at the old ball game. Ellie Kelly loved baseball games. Knew the players, knew all their names. You could hear there every day, shout hooray when they play. The boy first by the name of Joe. There's a goalie out here, let him go. And now it's started to track. And how he went to him, I heard her shout. Oh, have a lot of fun. Move your I don't care if we never get back. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 2-1 Gators. So it's going to be A.J. Schrader, Derek Ferrier, Kyle Olympia, the duops for State, as we are in the bottom of the 7th. It is 2-1 in favor of Chomp City as the Gators looking to generate some insurance here in the bottom of the 7th. It is going to be a 9-inning affair. Nolan Long still on the mound for Cal State San Marcos. It's a fragile 1-run edge in favor of State. Nolan Long is ready. Here comes the offering on the way to AJ. It is taken on the inside corner. Somehow clipped that inside corner, so that's a strike. 0-1 on AJ. Schrader is the designated hitter for Chomp City. He's behind 0-1. A stretch by the southpaw, Nolan Long. Here comes the 1-strike offering. Clyde Fowl hit a high one and fouled it off the screen directly above the third base on deck circle. He went fishing for an upstairs offering and he converted ball 1 into strike 2. So it's AJ behind 0-2. It's a left-on-left matchup as Nolan Long wants a new baseball from the home plate umpire, and he's about to get his wish. It says no balls and 2 strikes on AJ Schrader. It's like I said, Schrader, the designated hitter for State in today's matchup. We'll see. It's 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 2-3-0 for the Gators. Stretched by the southpaw Nolan Long. 0-2 offering to AJ. Missed outside though, so close offering. Good eye by AJ. Ball 1. 1-2 on AJ Schrader. On deck is Derek LaFerriere. The left-hander is ready. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Inside. Just missed the corner. Ball 2. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on AJ. Like I said, AJ, the designated hitter for Chomp City in today's matchup. He's leading off here in the bottom of the 7th. Left-hander Nolan Long is ready. Here comes the 2-2. Scramble. A through base hit through the 3-4 hole right side. Talk about threading the needle. It was past the reach of both the first baseman Watson and the second baseman Puricello. So a base hit. Threading the needle past the reach of first and second. So AJ, looks like AJ's going to get a pinch runner. Here's Nicholas Cook is going to run pinch run on first base in place of AJ Schrader.
Let's get the grounder, huh?
Nicholas Cook pinch running on first base for the Gators as it's runner on first with nobody else. Going to be Derek LaFerriere stepping into bat now. Nicholas Cook pinch runner in place of AJ Schrader. It's a stretch by Nolan Long. Check on first. Here comes the 0-2 first, leaping, kind of diving back in ahead of the tag is Nicholas Cook. As I mentioned, Nicholas Cook is a resident of La Cañada, a graduate of Maranatha High School. He is a junior on the Gator roster. As Nicholas Cook on first with nobody out. There's a stretch by Nolan Long. Comes the throw to first base. And diving back in without a tag is Nicholas Cook. Right, so the Gators are hoping to obtain an insurance run or 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. It is a fragile 2-1 edge in favor of boys from Chomp City. Nolan Long works from the stretch. Checks first. And he deals. It's when him once it foul behind the plate, that's a strike. I will say that, the Gators took the lead with an individual tally in the 5th. Of course, they have Nicholas Cook, the bench runner, on first base with nobody down. Bottom of the 7th, what's going to be a 9-inning Sunday matinee involving the Gators and the Cougars. The Gators took the first 2 out of... They took 2 out of 3 of these games so far in this 4-game series. Here comes the third first not in time. I will say the Cougars went on to win Game 1 of this 4-game series on Friday. It was a squeaker. It was 10-9 Cougars, but it was 6-0 in favor of the Cougars after in the middle of the second of that one, but it was nevertheless a seesaw battle here on Friday. Stretch by Nolan. Check on first. The 0-1 pitch is one of them. Punts it. It's going to be down the first baseline. It's going to drop foul. So it's 0-2 on Derek LaFerriere. So Derek trying to sacrifice and get the pinch runner Nicholas Cook over to second base. But there are 2 strikes on Derek, so I'm guessing that LaFerriere is going to be swinging away here because in case any younger listeners who might be listening might not know, in baseball, a bunt foul is the only type of foul ball that can be declared a third strike. I'm just saying. And that is in the rule book, Stretched by Nolan Long. Comes the 0-2 offering to Derek. Just missed the outside corner off the ball. As Derek was taken on that one, so it's 1-2 on the Gator catcher. So see Nicholas Cook, the pinch runner on first base. Nobody down. Gators up 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. There's a stretch by the southpaw, Nolan Long. Here comes the throw to first base, and Leap kind of diving back in just ahead of that tag is Nicholas Cook. See, bottom of the 7th, Gators up by a run here, but stay tuned here. The outcome of this game very much in doubt. The Gators are looking to get some insurance. I know the Gators took the lead with a tally in the 5th, but soon thereafter left runners on first and second. Here comes the throw to first base that is not in time. Because I remember there was I think it was Tom Hamilton, the announcer for Cleveland for many years. His signature catchphrase was throw to first, back safely. That was every time that a pitcher would throw a pick out, throw to first, that was what he would say. Throw to first, back safely. Tom Hamilton, the voice of Cleveland for many years. 1-2 offering. Upstairs, that was a good bluff to swing by Derek, and that was a ball. 2-2. Tom Hamilton was the voice of Cleveland for many years, especially during their down years from 1960 all the way until 1993 when Cleveland really didn't do much anything for 33 years. Stretched by the southpaw, Nolan Long. 2-2 offering. Stride foul to the right. I was going to go out and play. Nicholas Cook was going. Now he has to retreat. Still 2-2 on Derek LaFerriere. On deck is Kyle Olympia. In the bottom of the seventh, all of a sudden it's pretty overcast out there. I guess fog comes into San Francisco unexpectedly. That's a frequent occurrence here in the city. Nolan Long is ready. Here comes the 2-2. Lined into center field. There's got too much air under it. Center fielder's going to make the call and put it away. Nice catch in center by Cameron Mahati to retire LaFerriere. And there is one out, and staying put on first is Nicholas Cook, the pinch runner.
Number 7, Kyle Olympia.
Kyle Olympia stepping into bat now for the Gators. It's Nicholas Cook still on first base, this time one away. We'll see the infield stands at double play depth with the Cougars. As Nolan Long into his stretch. Checks first. Go to first. Back safely. All credit goes to Tom Hamilton, who is the voice of Cleveland's Major League Baseball franchise for many years, the team that is more commonly known as the Guardians. Because people often ask, how did the Guardians, what is the namesake of the Guardians? I'll tell you more in a sec. Left-hander Nolan is ready. Here comes the offering. It's one bump. Once it down third baseline, it's going to be a neat bump. Pounced down at third. So quick release. First. On at first by virtue of the 5-3 sacrifice is Olympia. And stopping on second is Nicholas Cook. I will say the namesake of the Cleveland Guardians is those sculptures on the, I believe it's the Hope Memorial Bridge, which is near Progressive Field. Those sculptures, which were constructed there in 1932, they are called the Guardians of Traffic. I think that's what they're called, the Guardians of Traffic. That's how Cleveland's MLB franchise got their name. So it's like a visit to the pitcher's mound from one of the coaches for Cal State, San Marcos. So when play resumes, it'll be a runner on second base and Nicholas Cook with 2 outs, and Daniel Murillo back to the top of the Trump City lineup when play resumes, as it's going to be a visit to the pitcher's mound and also a visit, kind of an offensive visit from one of the Gator coaches. So, of course, when play resumes, it'll be Nicholas Cook on second with 2 outs. Gators on top of the Cougars 2-1. Of course, so far it's 1-2-0 for Cal State San Marcos, 2-4-0 for Trump City. And I'm guessing that, of course, unless they pull Nolan Long, then the Cougars will have 4 mound visits remaining after this. Looks like they're going to stick with Nolan Long for now.
Go 3.
All right, so here we go. So it's going to be Daniel Murillo coming up as it's Nicholas Cook, the pinch runner, on second base with 2 outs. As we'll see, a base hit to the outfield by Murillo will likely generate an insurance run for the boys from Chomp City. As we'll see, it's left-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. Murillo gets the shortstop for State. Nolan Long into his stretch. Here comes the offering to Murillo. It's just swing a drive in the right field. Right fielder has read on it. Under the swamp sign in right center. He'll properly secure it. So a fly out right is properly secured by Hayden. So the Gators threaten but do not score. Nicholas Cook left standing on second. After 7 full innings, it's still a 2-1 edge in favor of the boys from Chomp City. Really quick, yeah. Why don't you shoot me an email and a text message later on to confirm that you got this?
I'll give you the
7 innings down, 2 innings to go. So it's Ryan Garza, who's in his 3rd inning out of the bullpen for SF State. So it's going to be leading off for the Cougars. It's going to be in his first plate appearance of the day. It's going to be it is Fisher Pyatt coming up to bat now for the Cougars in his first plate appearance of this ball game. Garza deals to Fisher Pyatt, taken on the lower inside portion of the plate. That is a strike 0-1. I think it's so. Fisher Pyatt batting in place of Jake Callahan, the 9th spot in the order. 1 strike pitch. And up 2 calls, so nothing in 2 on Fisher Pyatt. Fisher Pyatt, who's batting in the 9th spot. He's in his first plate appearance of the day. He's behind 0-2. As Ryan Garza, he wheels and deals the 0-2 to Fisher Pyatt. Taking it just a tad upstairs, didn't miss by much. Ball 1. I wonder if Ryan Garza could be someone to try to earn a 4-inning save for Chomp City. Well, we'll see. As Ryan Garza takes a long look. Now he wheels and deals a 1-2 to Fisher Pyatt. Trupper, kind of a swinging bunt. That's a foul ball. And I guess the catcher, LaFerriere, pounced on it. Kind of spun fair, but the home plate umpire said it was foul. So still 1-2 on Fisher Pyatt. I should mention Pyatt is into some facts. He is from San Diego, a redshirted senior who's a graduate of Akron High School. He is 6'0", 185 pounds. Like I said, Fisher Pyatt, who is batting in the 9th spot for the Cougars. It's 9-1-2 due up for Cal State San Marcos here in the top half of the 8th inning. Motion by Garza, 1-2 to Fisher Pyatt. Run ball right to first base. That is a foul ball. It's just fouled down the first baseline. Still 1-2 on Fisher Pyatt. Like I said, 9-1-2. It's Phoenix Samay is loosening up on deck. He will bat next. A fractional 2-1 edge for the Gators. So it's like 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 2-4-0 for the Gators. Motion by the right-hander Garza. 1-2 to Fisher Pyatt. High and outside ball, so close offering, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Fisher Pyatt. Like I said, runs are coming at a premium. Hits are coming at a premium. Gators with 4 hits, Cougars with 2 hits. I've seen more hits in a jukebox. 2-2 to Fisher Pyatt. Downstairs, so smothered that dirt ball by LaFerriere. They'll send the dirt. Now full count on Fisher Pyatt. So Fisher hoping for base hitter ball 4. If Fisher gets on, he can be a presence on the base pads, that is for sure. 3-2 payoff from Ryan Garza. Outside ball 4. That just missed the outside corner. It's a leadoff base on balls credited to Fisher Pyatt. Now the Cougars have the potential tying run on first base, and here comes Phoenix Samay back to the top of the San Marcos lineup. It's Phoenix Samay, who's defensively in left field for the Cougars. Let's see, runner on first and Fisher Pyatt. There's a first baseman Jackson Webb playing on the base, holding Pyatt. Stretch as Garza comes to first base. That is not nearly in time. So Phoenix Samay represents the potential go-ahead run for Cal State San Marcos. Like I said, later today at 5, the San Francisco Giants are playing the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. This pitch is 1 month. Pulls back. That breaks too soon downstairs. Ball 1. So Ryan Garza in his 3rd inning out of the Gator bullpen. This is a rule book save situation for Ryan Garza. Maybe he'll try to earn a 4-inning save for Chomp City. Stretch. The throw to first base not in time. I will say the San Francisco Giants are playing the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. That's today at 5. When I get home tonight, I'll be listening to that game on KNBR 680 and 104.5. Here's the pitch. He falls back on the butt. Kemp takes it downstairs again, ball 2. One of the coaches is trotting out to the mound to have a conference with Ryan Garza. That's right, I guess I get to listen. I'll be listening to Giants broadcasts all season long since my favorite team, the Athletics. I know that for the past few years, when the Athletics were still in Oakland, the A's broadcasts were broadcast on Bloomberg 960. Of course, my dad once said this about Bloomberg 960, is that listening to Bloomberg 960 is just like reading the business section of the newspaper. I guess, well, that's a good way for my dad to sum it all up, really. Yeah, listening to Bloomberg 960 corresponds to reading the business section of your local newspaper. All right, so the Gators do have 5 mound visits remaining. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Phoenix Samay. It's Fisher Pyatt, the potential tying run on first base for Cal State San Marcos. The Gators running a fragile 2-1 edge here. Infield double played out for the Gators. Fresh by Garza. Here comes the throw to first base, but it's not in time. We'll see tying run on first, go ahead run in the box. Speedy personnel out there. It's Fisher Pyatt, a fast runner on first, Phoenix Samay, a fast person in the batter's box. The throw to first base, not in time. I don't think Ryan Garza is gonna pick Fisher Pyatt off.
What do you say, Gar?
No. Garza ready. 2-all pitches, run him up. One step for space on this going to be a foul ball, strike one. Nice pounce on by Jackson Wood just in case, but the umpire said it was foul. So it's 2-1 on Phoenix Samay. Like I said, Phoenix defensively and left field for the Cougars in today's matchup. We'll see Cal State San Marcos won the first game of this 4-game series on Friday. The Gators swept at Twinville yesterday, being Saturday. 2-1 pitch on the way from Garza to Phoenix. No, my mistake for the first not in time. Like I said before, I don't think Ryan Garza is going to pick Fisher Pyatt off. It's just my opinion, anyway. Stretched by Garza. 2-1 pitch is run him up. Once it down the first base line, it's going to be a foul ball.
Good job. Go punch him out. Let's go.
Bounced on the foul side of the first base line by Jackson Wood. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. You got to figure Phoenix could be swinging away now.
Manage it. Here we go.
Well, speaking of Phoenix, I remember, I think I still have my Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns jersey in my closet. Yeah, I've got so many jerseys circa the 1990s. One of them happens to be Charles Barkley jersey from the Phoenix Suns. Right, Charles Barkley, who was the 1993 NBA MVP when he played for Phoenix. Squared him out with a 2-2 count. But first, safe.
Manage the pace. Good. Go.
So still 2-2 on Phoenix Samay. He's going to be squaring the bunt with a 2-2 count. Like I said, a bunt foul is the only foul that can be declared a third strike. Garza ready. Squaring the bunt. 2-2. Low. As he pulled back on that, now it's a full count. 3-2, so Phoenix hoping for base hitter ball 4, maybe a sacrifice. Maybe it's looking to sacrifice and get Fisher Pyatt to scoring position. The Cougars are trailing by a run here in the top of the 8th. Stretched by Garcia, squaring the bunt. 3-2, it is into the ball 4, so that's going to be a walk. And going into second is Fisher Pyatt. Now the Cougars have the tying run on second and the go-ahead run on first. Speedy personnel on the base paths for the Cougars, who represent Cal State San Marcos. Here's Garrett.
First baseman, number 15, Dylan.
My mistake is going to be a new batter and a skid replacing Garrett. There's Dylan Ewings. Yeah, Dylan Ewings, who's number 15, as listed on the roster. First and second, nobody out. Stretched by Garza. Check on second. Here comes the up. Just run up, pulls back. That's upstairs. 1-0. Dylan Ewings with a 1-ball-0-strike count on him. I'm going to give you some facts about this kid. Dylan is from San Jose, a redshirted junior, a transfer student from West Valley College. West Valley in Saratoga. Stretch. And Garza deals the 1-0 pitch. Once it down the punch from bomb by the catcher Leferrier, fire the first, going to be in time. That's covered up time by the second baseman Olympia, so the runners do move up to second and third. Tying run moves up to third. Go-ahead run moves up to second, and there is 1 out. Good sacrifice by Dylan Ewings to get the runners to second and third. As there is 1 out, here comes, I believe this is Hayden, is it not?
Right fielder number 11, Hayden. Good job.
Hayden tried to get job with. So the infield is coming in for the Gators as it's second and third with 1 out. Infield is coming in. The Gators, they have to pull the infield in now. Gators stop by run. We'll see a sac fly. At the very least, is what Hayden covers. Looks like Hayden's going to be given an intentional base on balls, and that is an amazing strategy to want Hayden to load up the bases for the cleanup man. I mean, I'm not totally with Tony Schifano on his strategy. Of course, Tony is trotting out. I believe this is going to be it for Ryan Garza. He has struggled. He was going to look to try to earn a 4-inning save, but it appears that Ryan Garza appears to be out of gas. So we're going to see a new arm being summoned in from the Gator bullpen. I believe it's a scheduled on to Sweet 16. This guy happens to go by the name of Anthony Alvarez, a senior from Oxnard, California, a graduate of Adolfo Camarillo High School, a senior who's a transfer student from Oxnard Community College. So I'm going to go to commercial here. You're listening to San Francisco State Baseball, and I am Deandra the Valkyrie, transgender female, pronouns she, her, and I'm in my full woman look today, a pink dress as well as a blonde wig. I'll be back.
New pitcher on the mound for the Gators, number 16, Anthony Alvarez.
I'm straight fine.
Gators cool. Let's see. Anthony Alvarez is coming in to pitch for Chomp City as the Cougars have the bases loaded with one out. All three runners out there are the responsibility of Ryan Garza. So we'll see. It's going to be Mateo Lake, the cleanup batter, who's really looking to live up to his role as a cleanup batter, as it's Fisher Pyatt on third, Phoenix Samay on second, and I believe that's Hayden, the runner on first. We'll see Mateo Lake, the cleanup man, really looking to live up to his role. Infield stands a double played up for the Gators. A stretch as Alvarez deals on the way to Mateo. It is taken upstairs. That is a ball, 1-0. We'll see the Gators have been in the lead since the fifth inning. That lead is in jeopardy. We're in the top of the eighth. Bases are loaded, one out, but the Gators still hoping to turn a pair. Anthony Alvarez into the stretch. Comes the offering to Mateo. It is low and outside, ball 2. So Mateo has been rather patient up there. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. See Mateo hoping to generate at least a run for the Cougars. It's up to Mateo to live up to his role as a cleanup man. A muscular left-handed batter who dons the Sweet 16. Stretch by the right-hander Alvarez, and Anthony deals the 2-0 to Mateo. It is strike one, swing and one away for Alvarez to blow up by Mateo Lake, and it's 2-1 on the Cougars' designated hitter. On deck is Xavier Watson. Stretched by the right-hander Alvarez. Here comes the 2-1 to Mateo Lake. Strike two, swinging, and it's 2-2 on the Cal State San Marcos designated hitter. Bases are loaded, one out, tying run on third, go-ahead run on second. Cougars down 2-1 here in the top of the eighth.
Come on.
There's a stretch by Anthony Alvarez. 2-2 offering. Reach for him, fouled, straight back out of play, still 2-2. The Gator fans and even the Cal State San Marcos fans appear to be on the edge of their seats here. This game is late and close. Outcome of this game very much in doubt. Gators clinging to a 2-1 edge here, but that lead is on the line. Alvarez is ready. 2-2 once again to Mateo, and here it comes. Sky on a pop. Left side, this is playable. I don't believe so. That is out of play. Good valiant pursuit by the third baseman Justin Johnson, but he ran out of real estate. Still 2-2 on Mateo Lake. Cougars down 2-1 as Mateo hoping at the very least for a sacrifice fly. As it's Fisher Pyatt, the tying run on third. He will score, assuming not assuming anything, that if a fly ball is deep enough. 2-2 on Mateo Lake still. Alvarez is ready. 2-2 once again on the way to Mateo. Scramble up the middle to short. This can be two. Step on second. Pickett first. That is a double play, I think. He got him! Link to his right throw. Wide throw. Nice play for Jackson Wentz to range to his right. Keep his big toe on the base. And the Gators escape a major traffic jam with 0 damage. And the boys from Chomp City assure themselves of entering the 9th inning with a lead after 7.5. Gators on top, 2-1. Wow, how close was that? Amazing. Wow. I'll be right back.
Till I did put a big dog food on your knee, flip it, sipping like Paul, I might put a girl in. Oh, you saw Paul, chilling with the chicken, you know what I mean? Full of the food, I'm gonna take my side pick. It's got full of already, I can give a credit. I didn't got a hand for that in the city. Keep that doggy in a 360 deal full of gimme. What's that flow in your cup, mind your business? I'm forcing, all that good killers. I've been down there before I ate, I need to have to quit. My cousin like a club, so I need cash, but damn, I feel busy pulling on my bell, but you need help, son. Come fast, son. Earthy can't ones on that one fucking fade on. Cause you slip, spaghetti on. I gotta keep my devil pussy on. I won't go to hell on. This is not a fire drill. I got fire on. Let's just walk in.
Bottom of the 8th, Gators somehow, someway on top 2-1 if they will send the 2, 3, and 4 batters. As it's Nolan Long still on the mound for the Cougars, as Nolan is in a lengthy relief appearance out of the bullpen for Cal State San Marcos. Michael Cunningham, Nicholas Allred, and Justin Johnson, 2, 3, and 4, do up for Chomp City in the bottom of the 8th. This game is in its later stages, as it's right-handed batter Michael Cunningham, who's defensively in center field for the Gators. Noah Long is ready. Here comes the offering to Michael Cunningham. It is taken on the inner half. Strike called. Right away. That's an off-speed pitch by Long when he freezes Cunningham 0-1. Left-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter, stretched by the southpaw Nolan Long. Here comes the one-strike offering, and they're kind of blocked by the chest protector of the catcher Ethan Rivera. Ball one. We'll see the Gators hoping to get some insurance here. It's a fragile 2-1 edge for the boys from State. I know the Gators hoping to take 3 out of 4. The Gators lost the opener on Friday, but swept at Twin Bill on Saturday. Gators up 2-1 here in the Sunday finale. Nolan Long works from the stretch. Here comes the 2-2 to Cunningham. Strike 2 swinging, and it's 1-2 on the Gators center fielder. Like I said, the Gators have a modest 10-9 record in conference. They are 14-13 overall. So the Gators just one game over 500 in both CCAA and overall. 1-2 from the southpaw. Inside. Oh, that's not. Clip the inside corner. Strike 3 called as Cunningham goes down by virtue of a backwards K. So with one away, that'll send up Nicholas Allred. Nicholas Allred steps up to bat for the Gators as we got one away, bases empty for State. So the Gators have been in the lead since the 5th inning. As it's Nicholas Allred defensively in left field for Chomp City. As Nolan Long in a lengthy relief appearance for the Cougars. Here's the stretch. The offering on the way to Allred. It is taken straight down the middle. That's a called strike. 0-1 on Nicholas Allred. One strike on Allred, left-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. Stretched by the southpaw Nolan Long. Here comes the one strike offering. Side to the screen directly to our right. Strike two. That was first base out above first base on that circle. So it's 0-2. Of course, I know, speaking of the Giants earlier, I know that a group of buddies and including myself, we're all going to be watching the San Francisco Giants together in early April. A bunch of buddies and I were going to watch the Giants when they play the Reds. 0-2 offering. Strike play, swinging back-to-back strikeouts issued by Nolan Long. First was a backwards K, second one was a forwards K, and there are 2 outs. Justin Johnson up to bat for Chomp City. Justin Johnson, cleanup man, looking to live up to his role despite the bases being unoccupied. Johnson defensively at third base for State. He's up to try to score the 2 left out.
Justin Johnson.
A bunch of buddies and I were going to watch the Giants together at Oracle Park when they play the Reds in early April. Stretch. Here comes the offering to Johnson. Sky to deep left. That's ball's got some carry way back. And Justin Johnson is headed out over the left field fence toward the 355 mark. And the boys from Chomp City have a much coveted insurance run. That is Cheesecake for the Princess. As the Gators are on top of Cal State San Marcos 3-1, the Gators do create at least some distance between themselves and their welcome guests from Cal State San Marcos. A home run over the 355 mark and left for the cleanup man, Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson, his at-bat was like magic right there as Justin greased the squeaky wheel. Here's Jackson Wood in the box, still 2 outs. Stretched by the south long. Here comes the offering. He's going to spread back. Pulls back. That's on the inner half. Strike one called. 0-1 the count on Jackson Wood. Still 2 outs. Gators up 3-1. As the Gators do generate an insurance run. Stretched by Nolan Long as here comes the one strike pitch. Just takes it on the lower inside portion of the plate for a strike. So we'll say that Justin Johnson was able to find a chink in Nolan Long's armor as it's 2 strikes on Jackson Wood. Comes a stretch by the southpaw Nolan Long. 0-2 to Jackson. Stall tip to the screen. Still 0-2. Daniel Santos is on deck. He'll bat if Jackson Wood gets himself aboard here. It's like now Nolan Long wants a new baseball from the home plate umpire. See, 0-2 on Jackson Wood. We'll see the Gators up by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. The Gators looking to win the finale of this 4-game series. The Gators looking to win this series 3 out of 4. But stay tuned here. The outcome of this game still very much in doubt. There's a stretch by Nolan, the left-hander. 0-2 to Jackson Wood. Skied, foul to the left. That's out of play. Still 0-2 on the Gators' first baseman. Like I said, when I get home later tonight, I'm going to turn on KNBR radio and listen to the game involving the San Francisco Giants and the Sacramento River Cats. It's going to take place at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. Now, Sutter Health Park, the home of the Athletics as well. Stretch. 0-2 once again to Jackson. Low and outside, that was a close offering. I can tell that Nolan Long grunted as he delivered that latest offering, but that was declared a ball. 1-2 on Jackson Wood. Nolan Long works from the stretch. 1-2 to Jackson Wood, and here it is. Ground ball, right shortstop, he picks it up. He slings it across first. That's going to be in time, I reckon. He keeps his big toe on the base. So the Gators do generate an insurance run thanks to the cleanup man, Justin Johnson, hitting it over the left field fence. So after 8 full innings, it is the boys from Chomp City on top of the Cougars by the count of 3-1.
Oh, yeah.
As we're Nick McCura coming into pitch now for Trump Cities, where they're playing that Eric Clapton number over the loudspeaker. Nick McCura, redshirted junior from Manhattan Beach, a transfer student from Santa Clara. He is a graduate of Mira Costa High School, so Nick McCura is going to come in to try to earn the save for San Francisco State and get and allow the series to go in the Gators' favor. The Gators won 2 out of 3 games so far in the set. The Gators lead the Cougars 3-1. We'll see it's 1-2-0 for the Cougars, 3-5-0 for State. We'll see the Gators are 3 outs away from winning the finale of this 4-game series. As it's up to Nick Bakura. Bakura stands at 5'11". He is going to look to nail this one down and get the Gators to the winner's circle. The Gators are 3 outs away from a victory. The Gators looking to defend their swamp, earn themselves a win. Here we go. So, the Cal State San Marcos, if the Cougars can score 2 or more runs here in the top of the 9th, the game will be extended. So, it's Nick Bakura coming in to try to earn the save for the boys from State. Xavier Watson is going to lead off. He'll be followed by Cameron Mahadi and Marco Piricello. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cougars here in the top of the 9th, as the Gators are 3 outs away from a win in the finale of this 4-game set. Stretched by Bakura, pitch to Xavier. Missed inside, though, so close offering, ball one. 1-0 the count on Xavier Watson. Watch it, Xavier defensively at first base for the Cougars. He's got 1 ball and no strikes on him. Stretched by Nick Bakura. There comes the 1-0 offering. Outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count, 1 away to freeze Watson. And it's 1-1 the count. Cameron Mahadi is on deck. We'll see the Gators are 3 outs away from icing this thing. Here comes the stretch by the right-hander, Nick Bakura. Here comes the 1-1 offering. There, strike call at inner half. 1 away to the back door. And it's 1-2 on Xavier Watson. 3-1 Gators as we're in the top of the 9th. SF State 3 outs away from a victory in the finale of this 4-game series. Stretched by Nick Bakura. Here comes the 1-2 offering from the right-hander. 1 to 7. Oh! Catch! It's amazing jam by Kyle Olympia to steal a base hit from Xavier Watson. Now it's a huge first out. So it's 1 away. That will send up Cameron Mahadi. It's a lunging catch by Kyle Olympia at second base. 1 away to that was a grand larceny at second base. Amazing gem by Olympia. Here's Cameron Mahadi in the box. The Gators are 2 outs away from a victory in the finale of this 4-game set as Nick Bakura takes a long look. Now he's into a stretch. Here comes the offering to Cameron Mahadi. Strike one. 1 away for Bakura to blow up by Cameron, and it's 0-1. Mahadi defensively in center field for the Cougars in today's ball game. He's behind 0-1. See the Gator defense looking to finish Cal State San Marcos here. They are within 2 outs of doing so. Stretch. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Bakura. The scramble off the end of a stretch. Just like a nice lunging stop. It will have no throw though. A good lunging stop at second by Olympia, but he wasn't so lucky that time around. So the Cougars do have Mahadi on first. That will send up the potential tying run. That is going to be in the person of Marco Piricello. See, if the Gators can turn a pair, this game will be in the bag. So we'll see Marco Piricello up representing the potential tying run. As that is the Cougars' 3rd hit, the latest infield single credited to Cameron Mahadi. Left-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. So like I said, if the Cougars tally 2 or more times here in the 9th, the game will be extended. Comes a stretch by Bakura, the pitch. Sails upstairs, so it's close, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Marco Piricello. On deck is Ethan Rivera, held out unless there's a double play. Stretched by Nick Bakura, the right-handed closer. Here comes the 1-0 pitch upstairs, so So Bakura releases a couple of high ones to Piricello, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on the Cougars' second baseman. We'll see it's Cameron Mahady on first base with 1 out. The tying run is in the box for the Cougars. We'll see. Cal State San Marcos trails 3-1 here in the 9th. Stretch the 2-0. Sky to right field. This is in the yard, though. Right fielder that they that's going to be beyond it. He's got a nice catch right by Daniel Santos to retire Marco Piricello, and the Cougars are down to their last chance. The boys from Trump City are 1 out away from winning the finale of this 4-game series with Cal State San Marcos. It's Ethan Rivera who represents the potential tying run now. Ethan Rivera trying to hang on for the boys from Cal State San Marcos. Cameron Mahady on first base with still 2 outs. Here's a stretch by Nick Bakura. Here comes the offering on the way to Ethan. Taken just a bit low. It's downstairs. 1-0. Good breaking ball, but it broke too soon. 1-0 on Ethan Rivera. See, the Gators are 1 out away from a victory. The tying run is in the box for Cal State San Marcos. As the stretch by Nick Bakura. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ethan Rivera, and no better for the first. It's not in time. Once again, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Gators are within 1 out of winning the finale of this 4-game series. It's up to Nick Bakura and the Trump City defense to finish the Cougars here. They are within 1 out of doing so. Lead off first by Cameron Mahady. Stretch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Taken just a bit outside. That was close. Ball 2. 2-0 on Ethan Rivera. On deck is Fisher Pyatt. Tying run in the box for Cal State San Marcos. Stretched by Bakura. Here comes the 2-0 offering. Strike one swinging, so the boys from Trump City are 2 strikes away from a victory in the finale of this 4-game set versus Cal State San Marcos. The Gators looking to defend their swamp. We'll see. 2-1 on Ethan Rivera. As now Nick Bakura taking a long look. Now he's finally into a stretch. The high set. 2-1 offering. Line on the run short. This is back on the stop by short. 8 close second. That's close to short way a second for the fielder's choice. Nice smart thing by Murillo to go to short way a second. And the Gators win this pitcher's duel. And in essence, the Gators seize the finale of this 4-game series as the Gators go on to out-duel the Cougars by the score of 3-1 as the 10th person for San Francisco State is stomping their feet in joy. And the Gators take this series 3 out of 4. So the final line score, Cal State San Marcos 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. The winning San Francisco State Gators 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. And we'll say the victory discredited to the victory goes to River Diaz Stevia, and the loss gets charged to the starting pitcher I believe that's Zach Coleman who gets credit for the loss. And the save goes to Nick Bakura. Time of today's game, and doing the math in my head, it's time of today's game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And thank you so much for tuning in on this live stream, wherever you may be. So the Gators seize the finale and in the process defend their swamp. The boys from Trump City win the series 3 out of 4. So thank you so much for tuning in on this otherwise overcast and foggy Sunday here in the southwest portion of San Francisco. And like I've said before, please remember, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Once again, the boys from San Francisco State win it by the score of 3-1 as the Gators win this series 3 out of 4. Once again, I am your announcer, Deandra the Valkyrie. Once again, I am transgender female, and my pronouns are she, her, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, whoever you may be. But the latter portion of my stage name is a homage to the Golden State Valkyries of the WNBA. So, once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Oh yeah, this thing is a button. See, it's green, it's on.
Yeah.
You got to be careful to hit that button. That turns it off.
Okay, I didn't touch it.
No, you did good, man.
Oh, now
Never been in space before, but I ain't never seen a face like